Welcome, Big Blue Nation. Welcome, Stay Hot fanatics. Welcome, lifelong Wildcat fans. It's not, at this point in time, a matter of if. At this point in time, it's a matter of when. Welcome, everybody, back for another kind of impromptu edition of the Stay Hot podcast. I wasn't kind of expecting for things to move this fast, but I guess Milan Momcilovic was not kidding or lying when he said that he wanted this whole process to move quick once he made his decision on whether to stay in the draft or return to college. He's decided to return to college, and it's moving pretty quick. And from the he's ours, book it, mark it down. Holly's acting like she still has doubt. Holly, put those doubts to rest. As Crash let you know, we've already got him. It's been rumored that Kentucky has closed the deal on Milan Momcilovic. I know that they were working most of today on finalizing deals and getting contracts, things like that. All the signs that I've read pointed basically that it could be done tonight. So that's why I basically scheduled a show. When he first returned back to college, a lot of the people said that it would be the weekend. However, I do believe that we will know something by the weekend. To me, the weekend is Saturday. I think we're going to know something tonight, if not tonight, tomorrow. And by the way, I still have my Pepsi. I just it wasn't cold yet, so I had to get it with some ice. Crash says he's hoping for tonight, but he leans towards it coming out tomorrow. But I feel pretty confident with who I've talked to, what I've seen, what I've read, that Milan Momcilovic will be a Kentucky Wildcat next year. The thing is, guys, if this was John Calipari coaching and recruiting Momcilovic at Kentucky, Icon would have said 3 days ago that Kentucky had landed him. So we're going to get him. I still think you're I still don't know if I agree with that statement. But that's for another day. We're not getting into any of that negative talk tonight. It's all positive. And Holly, you already know, and it's my favorite flavor, pineapple. Even if it's on pizza. I knew that. That's why I said that. I know you don't like him. But that's how I celebrate. Pop ice and pop on ice. That's just how I do it. I don't know if they've disclosed figure amount yet. Brian, I really don't. I've heard anywhere between 6 and 8 million. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't really care how much money it is because we just, for so long we said the Pope wasn't able to land the big fish. I think he just caught the biggest fish in the portal. And definitely the biggest fish for our team, for his system. So It doesn't matter to me if you got to give him a blank credit or a blank check, a credit card with no limit. It doesn't matter to me. All right. I think he's well worth it, not only for Mark Pope, his job, Kentucky. I think this also lets people know that, Pope's not going to let a couple setbacks stop him. He's going to keep working, going to keep going hard, going to keep putting in the time and effort. And now that he's got Momcilovic this year, I think that bodes well for future recruiting. And I think from everything we've heard from, Brandon Ramsey the other night, other recruiting analysts, other national guys, it seems like Pope's in pretty good with a lot of the 27 guys. So this is one of those signings or one of these commitments, once it becomes official. To me, it's already happened. We're just waiting for it to be official. It's going to happen. And I think this is a signing that can pay huge dividends, years down the road if Pope's our coach. But, just from kind of everything I've seen, I feel like that, all signs are pointing to positive news coming either late tonight or tomorrow, I would say. I don't think that we're going to have to wait any longer than that, honestly. I've not seen as much from Arkansas fans, honestly. I've not seen much from Arizona fans, honestly. What I've seen, Larry, it's pretty much already a done deal, bud. He's pretty well already inked out the contract. We're just waiting for everything to be official. I've seen where Pope's meeting with the other coaches and meeting with some donors, having dinner, things like that. Probably just going over the final pieces. But yeah, Milan Momcilovic will be a Kentucky Wildcat. I feel pretty safe saying that. But I've not seen as much from Arkansas, Icon. I saw a lot from Louisville fans, and I saw a lot from Iowa State. I was little if Iowa State was a little bit more relevant than what they are, I could see me not liking them. They just, in my opinion, just, I don't know. It's kind of acting like they're the one that has 8 national championships and that they go to Final Fours left and right, and that, they are the gold standard of college basketball. I think they need to step back and remember who they are and what all they've done. Arkansas's actually got I think they got 10 or 11 guys. I don't know for sure how many they got, but they've got a pretty nice roster of what they got. I'm not saying their roster's full, or I'm not saying they've not going to go out and get anybody else. But I think we also kind of, owe Pitino came and took Donnie Freeman from us, which may honestly be a blessing with Donnie's injuries and things. It may be a blessing that maybe they came in and took him from us. I know we were upset at that point. But St. John's may have done us a favor. Although Pitino said that Yesufu was kind of number one on his board for a while. And when he returned to college and St. John's kind of, I think that's upwards of $7 million is what he's getting from St. John's. And that kind of took St. John's out of the picture for Momcilovic, although I don't know, like we've talked about for weeks now, I'm not so sure his best fit was St. John just by their style of play and what they do. But once they signed Yesufu yesterday, that pretty well took them out of the picture. I think honestly that I'm trying to think who. Oh, Arizona. I know a lot of people got a little worried about Arizona. But in all honesty, I think Arizona was kind of too far back. They'd waited too late to kind of get in the mix. I know they had the position, and I was more worried about Iowa State than I was Arizona, just because sometimes it's hard to leave where you've already kind of put your feet down, kind of your old stomping grounds. And I know that they created a spot a couple of weeks ago just in case this happened. But a few people commented a few weeks ago and said that it was down between Kentucky and Louisville. And although it didn't make sense to me, Louisville didn't seem like they should have any money left. Maybe they did. Didn't feel like he fit their roster with what they were doing. There was a few reports out there that agents were getting upset or that agents could potentially become upset if Louisville recruited him too hard, just for the simple fact that, the agents of like Carter Knox and players like that, when you've already done those contracts, you've already talked to the agents, you've already talked to the players. There's probably some conversations and things you've said or promises you've made that you've got to somehow find ways to keep. And, with that being said, I felt like, and I said it on the show, I felt like, Kentucky was really, and it's not because I'm a Kentucky fan, but if you stand back and look at it from an objective point of view, it just seems like to me that Kentucky is the only one that really made sense. Pope's offense is, pretty well structured around elite shooters. We saw what he did with Kobe Brea, Jackson Robinson. And then, Kentucky's got the money because they've not spent when I say not a whole lot in comparison to others, but I really felt like Kentucky was really the only choice that made sense. And, part of that could be some of my bias, but honestly, I think that's what made the most sense to me. And let's give our buddy, Rip Watts a big Milan Momcilovic Kentucky welcome tonight, and throw some L's down for him. Put them up. Hope Rip's still watching and can appreciate the good old L's down. Holly, I think they actually are. I don't think the Hogs ever have gotten a 5. I think they're still missing a 5. I heard the contract was being finalized. Son, I actually believe the contract was finalized probably around 6 o'clock a couple hours ago. Shout out to Captain Crash. He actually reached out to me and pretty well kept me in the loop with that about 6 o'clock tonight. Pretty well told me that the contract was being finalized and that, we didn't have to worry about it anymore. We kind of landed the big fish. Yeah, that whole situation with Billy Richmond was kind of shady, wasn't it? Saying he was staying in the draft 3 or 4 minutes later. No, he's coming back to Arkansas. But they did lose Malik Thomas, who is a big piece. He had a really good freshman year this year, and he was on the fence of coming back or staying in the draft, and he actually kept his name in the draft. So Arkansas did lose a big piece from Malik Thomas. Hey, and those of you that are members, tomorrow I am making a new emoji. You will have an L's down emoji tomorrow. So anytime we mention the Dirty Birds, we'll be able to throw down the L's down emoji. Peanuts throwing the L's down for us. That's right. That's 100% true. And even not too long ago, he was still doubling down. and not really doubling down saying he wasn't coming to Kentucky. He was still saying that other people were still in the mix and things like that. Did you all see where Big Blue Dylan lockered John Rothstein yesterday? I'm sorry, that was this morning. He lockered Rothstein this morning. Yeah, Billy Richmond is one of those guys that plays extremely hard. They have a good freshman class coming in, Kevin. I'm not going to sure they're going to be better without Acuff. It's hard to lose somebody of that, I guess, of that stature, I should say, or somebody that's had that kind of season and get better. I hope they list us right around the 15 mark. I think we'll be right around the 15 mark. I think the pen's already been put to paper, Christopher. I think the pen's already been put to paper. I really do believe that. Just because they haven't announced it yet doesn't mean that it ain't done deal. He said it would be this weekend. Maybe they're waiting for the weekend. Maybe there's some people he wanted to tell first that weren't able to be around. Maybe wanted a night, because once he announces his commitment, regardless, his phone's gonna blow up, social media's gonna blow up. He may want a night just to kind of chill. We don't really know what's going on, but with that being said, I think the paper's already been signed. Ink's dry. No erasing that. I see that coming from a lot, and that's okay. Clyde, you're not telling me nothing. I've been saying that for a month. That's why I'm not, and I told you guys, I've seen a couple people in the chat talk about, talking about starting lineups and things like that. I'm not one that ever does that speculation because I hate to announce somebody as a starter before they even practice together. I want Pope to start the five best, with the five best chemistry that play well together, play hard, that are getting things done. I hate labeling somebody a starter before we know what in the world's going on. Captain Crash told me before 6 o'clock it was a done deal. So Captain Crash knows what's going on. Just to let you know I made this graphic this morning. All right. I made this graphic this morning. I was pretty dead set on, I've been saying it for a while now. I was going to be positive, the power of positive thinking, being optimistic. I've tried to erase all doubts about, the recruiting and things like that. But there's been a few people in our chat. There's been people online. There's been several that have said, let Pope cook. And with that being said, I think Pope's been in the kitchen for a while now. All right. I think Pope's getting a year 4. I do. I don't think we have anybody decommit before the season, Holly. Kentucky's still the brand. And the one thing, hey, Brandon, what's up? If you're new here, man, can we get a subscribe? Can you like and subscribe to the show? Everybody else, as you're coming in, give me a like. But I don't look for anyone to decommit. I know there's probably some that are worried about, maybe their minutes dropping or whatever. I think the person's minutes who just dropped the most may be Njai. Because I think McBride, being a grown-ass man, Already played 3 years of D1 basketball in the States, and he's already got that SEC body. I think NJ's going to get minutes. He's going to get a chance to prove himself, but I think he's one that whose minutes probably just dropped a little bit. Hawthorne and Cam, those guys are going to figure it out. The coaching staff's going to figure it out. They're going to get minutes. Jerome Morton's minutes maybe just dropped a little bit too. But if they're looking to play him at the backup point guard position, which I've read and heard, and Jerome was working out with Dominique Hawkins today, what better Kentucky point guard to work out for that can help you with your on-ball defense and somebody like Dominique that would just hawk you for 92 feet. So with that being said, I mean, Jerome's putting in the work right now, but I'll still look for Kentucky's got one roster spot open. Or is it two? One or two. If they do sign anybody else, I look for them to be projects that they can develop. He looks damn good in 22 blue. Hey, JPT BBN, if you're new here, man, give me a subscribe to the show on YouTube. I appreciate you. Always like new subscribers, new people to the show. I want to try to reach as many households as possible. Nothing more I like is when people tweet at me and take a picture of me on their TV at their house and send it to me through text or whatever. Kind of makes me feel good about myself. So JPT, if you're new here, man, give me a subscribe. I appreciate you. Nothing like being a Kentucky Wildcat fan. Well, 3 weeks ago, I don't remember that being said in the chat too often, so I'll take your word for it now. We're not going back to the platoon, Thomas. We're not that good yet. No, we're not going to the platoon. One additional year per suite. Oh, he even threw the SUITE suite in there. All right, Kel. Don't do it to him. It's too early for that. Holly agree, or Captain Crash agrees. When I saw hell no, I thought, no, excuse me. No. No platoon. I got to be careful rolling that beautiful beam footage, Brian. The last 2 or 3 times I've done that, I've got emails from YouTube about potentially copyrighting my channel because of the music and stuff. So I got to remember to at least detach the audio or turn it down. So, yeah, that's what I thought he was talking about, too. Well, I don't know if decommit's a thing, but like transfer. Like, just because Momchilovich is going to be a Cat, does that mean anybody already on the roster may? I mean, Trent Noah potentially? I don't know. I think Noah truly likes being a Kentucky Wildcat. I don't look for his minutes to be the same or more than what they were last year, although at times he was our best rebounder, it seemed like. But does this settle the crying? I think it helps a lot. I did see somebody with the Twitter name of Fire Mark Pope. He tweeted, "Why in the hell would somebody like Momchilovich want to play for a coach like Pope?" If you see that guy, I think we just need to go ahead and, excommunicate him from the BBN. You're not a true Kentucky fan. If that's your first thought is, why would he want to play for a coach like Pope? And if your Twitter name's Fire Mark Pope, go ahead and get him out. Get him out. I told you all from day one, Peanut Butter Posse. I told you all, if it came between Momchilovich or Stokes, I wanted Momchilovich straight up. I didn't think we had a chance to get Momchilovich at that time. I knew we didn't have a chance to get Stokes. I thought we was going to go 0 for 2. Right. I might make a emoji tomorrow that says Tyron who. That might be an emoji too. I might do if I get a chance tomorrow. We started our basketball practice today for summer ball, and I got practice tomorrow. But when I get home, I may sit down and make some emojis. I think it's definitely going to be Pope's best team yet. I think talent-wise. Now, that first team that he had with Robinson, Butler, Carr, Amari Williams, those guys, their chemistry was really high. I really enjoyed watching those guys play together. I'm hoping that we I'm hoping that we, meaning Kentucky, gel the same way that first year's team did. They seem to like each other off the court. They seem to, be pretty good friends, buddies, hang out together. And I'm hoping this team does the same. Do we use the 15th spot? JPT, from what I've seen, and I've not seen anything in a while, but before Marino, before Marino was announcing he was returning, the things I saw basically said that if Kentucky were to fill their roster this year, that they would do it with international guys if they could, that were kind of like projects that would need some developing, kind of like, I guess, stash them. It's just so dangerous to do that nowadays because you may keep a roster, a spot for them. You may develop them the whole year. And then when the season's over, they may just go ahead and transfer. So, yeah, I'm not upset, but you're not gonna see me do what I saw Louisville and Iowa State fans and, do what they did to Momcilovic. I told you all I wanted Stokes. I think he's generational. I wanted him. So you're not going to hear me say that, well, I didn't even want him. He ain't that good just because we didn't land him. All right. That's really one of only 2 or 3 guys that I feel like Pope truly whiffed on, just because Pope invested a lot of money and resources into him when we didn't really have much of a chance. But I will say this, Louisville fans immediately, and I even saw a Tennessee fan who wasn't even they weren't even in the running for Momcilovic. I saw a Tennessee fan saying that he wouldn't even be the 4th best player on their team. 2nd best player in the entire portal. Tennessee's got several players out of the portal, but yet he wouldn't be the 4th best player on their team. So let Pope cook. The Toddcast that you all see in the chat, he's actually my family. He's my cousin, but like a best friend too. He's told me probably at least twice, 3 times a week for last month to let Pope cook. Sometimes in my group chats, I get a little bit more negative than I do online. I think some of your all's positivity rubs off on me. Sometimes I got to have somebody to be a little pessimistic too, and Todd usually catches the brunt of that. But he's told me for about 3 weeks now to let Pope cook. And so I'm, I still think, with that being said, although the last couple of years have not, been Kentucky standards, I still think we move the needle when it comes to branding. We move the needle online when it comes to clicks, views, things like that. So, Kentucky's still very much prominent. Don't let anybody tell you different. And, a lot of people said that, Pope, couldn't develop. Amari Williams was on the Celtics playoff roster. Then you got Marino, who was probably going to be an early 2nd round pick. You got Kobe Brea, who got drafted. Lamont Butler played an NBA game this year, I believe. Did Andrew Carr get in? I know he may be in the G League, but did Andrew Carr get any time at the next level? Did he? I'm not sure he did, but Kentucky's a premier school. I don't see anyone that'll decommit unless something. There's nothing illegal happening. That's one thing now. I know people wanted Coach Cal to get caught so bad being dirty and shady at Kentucky. Sandy Bell is one of the best compliance officers in the country. You're not doing anything dirty there. It was just funny how Dan Issel came out and said that time that, Kentucky can't cheat anymore, basically referencing in years past they've been able to maybe get players underneath the table. McBride, I have no doubt in my mind. I hope Bray. I do too, man. Kobe Brea, he was one of the few guys that, over the last few years of me watching basketball, that when the ball left his hands, I thought it was going in. Antonio Reeves is another one. I loved Antonio Reeves. The BBM will love Milan. Oh, Amy, you ain't bird turdin'. We need the Thunder need to win tonight so Jamal Crawford can join the staff. I think Jamal Crawford is strongly considering it. I'm not so sure that's a done deal. I'm more confident in Milan Momcilovic. announcing tonight than I am Jamal Crawford. I'm not so sure that he wants to be a coach. I know he likes what he does. He's good at what he does. But we just have to wait and see that play out. I think that coaching, we talked about this probably a month and a half ago. They're in no hurry to fill that position. I think they're going to wait on Crawford it's either his or it's not. They're not going to go out and fill it. Fill that position, I should say. So until he tells them no. I don't like y'all using all these ifs. Ifs shows doubt. You got to say, when mommy shoots the ball like he did last year, it's going to be a fun year. Appreciate you, JPT. No, sir. That's why I'm not dressed up like Reverend Slick the Pimp or whoever his name was. No, sir. Tomorrow, I'm doing a show tomorrow too, and it'll be my 4th show this week. 2 of them have been kind of impromptu last minute. Malachi returning, Mom Chilovich tonight, and I'm not getting any members. I think I've got 15 or 16. Trent is my local boy. Harlan County proud. He ain't going. I agree. He likes being a Wildcat. I agree. Pope's doing it to him. Bit of a logjam at 3-4, but who can scoot over to 2? I'm telling y'all right now, Wilkins and Zoom are starting. He's not bringing one of those 2 off the bench. Somebody has said Momchilovich at the 3, move Cam to the 4, and then Marino at the 5. I know Momchilovich is good size, but he's more of a perimeter player than he is post. I know the NBA has said they'd like for him to have a little bit better inside game. See, this is just, he actually said he was going to do that a few weeks ago. People are jumping on that now thinking that that was all for Momchilovich. Now, that may have been strategic, formal announcing, but it was announced on Twitter a while ago because I remember seeing it that after Jasper Johnson committed to Oregon, that Braden Hawthorne would wear number 2 because that was his number in high school. So, and honestly, you're right. And also, guys, keep all those receipts, bookmark all those tweets. Remember when all these $30 million rosters lose like Pope did last year, be sure to remind him that they can't even win with a roster worth more than $22 million. And I still don't think Kentucky's roster was $22 million. That's right. That's right. Throw out the trash. Throw it out. Yeah, that's right. If you're gonna have a Twitter name named Fire Mark Pope, and your first comment's going to be to why would Momchilovich want to play for a coach like Pope? Take him out. Hawthorne's number in high school was 2. Jasper's number 2 last year, so he might just be reclaiming the number. He actually said that a while back, Crash. I know it became popular today, or actually yesterday, or whenever it was. I think it was this morning it became popular again. But I'd already read that once, so I know it was out there. Yeah, that could be true. Oh, yeah, I definitely heard that. And you want to know something else that makes it even crazier, Shane? Kentucky's got 5 kids on their roster currently that use the same agency that Momchilovich uses, and one of them is Hawthorne. They use the same agency. I'm telling you, it definitely makes Kentucky a lot harder to guard in the half court. And listen, Momchilovich can shoot off the move, kind of like Kobe Bryant did. Kobe Bryant sometimes would leave his feet facing the crowd and square up in midair. It was just amazing. I agree. I hate to even mention that H word there, but in all honesty, it's going to be something that we have to talk about every year. It's just, it's just something we have to talk about. It's not been formally announced yet, Neil, but all signs lead to Momcilovic being a Kentucky Wildcat. About 6 o'clock, it's been rumored that the contract was finalized and signed. If you all follow Quincy was doubling down early today, boys. I thought he'd go into hiding after the Stokes situation and how much of a mess he made that, but he was doubling down today. He basically said, heck with this, I'm going ahead and announcing it, but he also, Quincy has said too that he received, I don't know who his sources are. He showed a media pass where he worked with Mark Pope. I'm not the biggest Quincy fan, and I don't have TikTok, so I definitely don't know a lot about him. But Quincy showed a Mark Pass media Pope saying, I have worked for the media before. I don't just sit here and tweet to be stupid. But he also showed a screenshot he showed a text message or a Twitter DM that he had received, basically saying that Mark Pope was out with some donors and coaching staff and some other people just kind of, finishing the deal. Peanuts talking about the final roster spot says, I've heard he likes to keep it open in case a midseason gym pops up, which that's possible. And you know what, Brian? I'll be honest with you. I was one of those ones that when Mitch Barnhart and University announced that Mark Pope was the next coach, I immediately I'm sure my mouth hit the floor. I was kind of in shock. Like, at a program like Kentucky, we're going to hire Mark Pope. Yeah, I knew he won a national championship at Kentucky. I knew he was a beloved member of BBN. I knew he'd be well liked. I thought we would just, I don't know. I thought maybe we'd land somebody a little bit bigger name. Then I started looking into BYU and some of the games they played really, really well against, top opponents. And then you start watching his offense. He's kind of almost like an offensive savant. Like his sets, his timing, their execution, and all that was a breath of fresh air from watching Calipari's offenses if that's what you wanted to call them, the last 2 or 3 years he was here. But his first team that he had is what really made me get on board with Pope. The back doors, kind of running the offense through the 5 with Amari Williams. Amari Williams had a triple-double at Kentucky. Did he have some careless turnovers that made me say naughty words? Yeah, he did. But so did their point guards. And there's been some people on Twitter today. Of course, everybody loves the point, take some jabs or, even if it's good-natured ribbing at Kentucky or whatever, at Pope or Kentucky. But when that tide started to turn a little bit and you got Matt Norlander and you have some of the national guys coming out, I know Tipton put out something saying that he had heard that Kentucky was kind of the favorite all along, but they've kind of distanced themselves now kind of from the rest of the pack. When the tide started to turn more in Kentucky's favor, that's when the other fans started getting a little nasty and didn't really want to talk about it anymore. Honestly, I will be 100%. I'll be quite honest with you, and it's just me. I would be, I'm looking on Twitter now just because Quincy's at Jack Brown's in Lexington. He said it's a great or best place on earth to start off with what's going to be a good night in Lexington. I'm not going to – I can't answer that one way or the other, Brian. I don't – if it's tonight, great, but I'd be more apt to think it's tomorrow. And Tennessee fans are 1-4 against Pope. They love to crap on Pope. They love to say that Pope's terrible. They love to say that Pope can't coach. but they're 1-4 with a couple of those teams they thought were Final Four good. And I don't know why they think that. They never made a Final Four in program history. Oh, I think we all just need to be unbearable on Twitter. Don't get suspended. Give me a second. Don't get suspended. Don't get blocked. Or I don't care if you get blocked by Louisville fans or whatever, but don't get suspended or kind of kicked off the app. But, be unbearable. Let them know that Kentucky's back. We're back. Kel, if I were to make a Stay Hot bingo card, one of the spaces would be Kel mentions Window tonight. I think you've mentioned him every show since I showed highlights of him that night. And honestly, it wasn't his highlights that ever got me on copyright watch with YouTube. It was damn Mom Chilovich's highlights. And for what reason, Holly? For what reason? Can we hit the trifecta with Crawford? Possible. I honestly think that they'll leave it up to him to decide. They're going to wait till he turns them down, and then I think they may look elsewhere. Yeah, we just talked about that a little while ago, Clyde. And Dom Hawkins, there's not a better guard in probably Kentucky program history in the last several years that could teach him on-ball defense. If Jerome can play on-ball defense like Hawk could, then he may get some minutes. I will be honest with you. I'm doing a show tomorrow night. I would prefer it either be before the show or during the show. But I got practice 10 to 12 in the morning. Then I got some things to do. I probably won't do a show till 9:30 tomorrow night. It'll be done before Saturday. What's up, Kevin? Hey, if you're new here, man, give me a subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it, please. I think it's going to start them out around the 15. I think they'll have every piece of the puzzle to be top 10 for most of the season, though. I like them starting them out a little lower than what people think they should be. If you remember the last several years of Cal and then last year, we've always been preseason top 5 or whatever. Then we lose a few games early. Next thing you know, we're out of the top 25, Carr, Summer League only. Who's he play for in the Summer League? I'm going to be in Vegas in July. I'm hoping to catch some Summer League action. The Vols talk a lot of crap for a program that's never seen a Final Four. Well, they have seen a Final Four. It's just usually from their couch or on TV. Big Chuck from Kentucky. I don't know if Big Chuck was in here, but Chuck, I think you can tell from the attire. People didn't hold up their end of the bargain. Sandy Bell's a nickname. I was not compliant. That's good. That's good. They have confirmed what you say, Coach. Who has? There was a few hours after Rob Wright recommitted to BYU. I heard we probably were missing out on Zoom also. The 5-hour period, I was pretty much out on Pope, but that's the most negative I've been. Well, yeah, and I think the only reason, and I agree with you, and I think the only reason I felt the same way was because I felt like Zoom wanted to be a Wildcat from the start, and we were kind of putting him on the back burner for Rob Wright. And why were we doing that? Because of Tyron Stokes. But, luckily Zoom had a short-term memory and kind of let bygones be bygones, kind of forgot about it, I guess, and still wanted to be at Kentucky. So, I'm glad we got Zoom. Oh, we have, but you know what? We're going to still be in their mind. We live rent-free there. You can bet on that. Fuego. I can't wait in Rupp Arena when we launch about 33s and hit like 17 of them bad boys. Nobody does it like Big Blue. Makes me feel sad for the rest. Nobody does it quite the way we do. Baby, we're the best. WKRP in Cincinnati. I agree. I just wish everybody in Big Blue did it the same. You know, we got such a small portion of our fan base that just, you know, just like fire Mark Pope. Seriously. Yeah, I've heard that. I don't know. Why can't you say, yeah, but I'm not coming on board until after? Help with recruiting, help with development. You know, when you got two guys on your staff that played a lot of years in the NBA. What does MFS mean? I probably should know, but it's not clicking right now. I've never been negative because the process is a process. I wouldn't say negative for me, but impatient, definitely. Could Milan be our Larry Bird? Oh, don't put that kind of pressure on him. There's only one Larry Bird. They tried to do that to Michael Bradley several years ago, if you know what I mean. Yeah, and he's played against Kansas twice. I guarantee you Bill Self doesn't like the fact that Kentucky just landed Momcilovic. Brother love, I love you. Pope needs to back off the analytics. If players are cooking, then let them finish the meal. Now, that's the one thing, too. Substitutions is something, obviously, I think Pope needs to improve on, and I think he will. But also, you know, and I realize that if you have a large sample size, analytics will generally work themselves out. Like if somebody's a 75% free throw shooter, if you let them shoot 100 free throws, they're probably going to make close to 75. You know, but what's the latest on Milan? Hey, he's a cat, Robert. They've not officially announced it yet, but his signature's been placed to paper. We hear. And we hear from pretty good sources, too. It ain't just a bunch of average Joes on the Stay Hot podcast talking. We should be top 25 if we get Milan. We're top 25 without Milan, Christopher. Top 25 without him. We're top 15 with him. Celebrate mommy by becoming a member. I agree, son. I agree. I threw together this show in a matter of minutes. When mom has several triple-double games this upcoming season at Kentucky, awesome. I don't know about that. I don't think mom rebounds enough to get triple-doubles. You aim for the sun. That way, if you miss, you still land among the stars. That's right. That's right. Shoot for the moon. If you miss, you still land among the stars. I don't think he's going to. Yeah, Holly, there's no doubt in my mind. And if us getting Momcilovic doesn't make 5 new people want to be members, then there is nothing I can do to impress you all. I mean, I guess if we had to, Peanut. I'm thinking Zoom Wilkins. I'm thinking Zoom Wilkins, Cam, Milan Marino. I'm thinking Cam starts. She said she's not giving you your flower because you said where's my flowers and not where's my flowers. So she's growing in your drawers probably. You can't get this kind of entertainment anywhere, guys. You can't get this kind of entertainment anywhere. Look at my man right here. Paxton's trying to give you all memberships. Paxton is trying to give you all memberships. I hope you got your accept memberships on. Because if you got it on, you just became a member. You the man, Paxton. You the man. See, that's the thing. I don't like the projected lineup and getting people's hopes up. There's not getting anything. It's not getting anything. Anybody's hopes up. He's already committed. He's already signed. They've just not made it out yet. I might one of these days. I don't have a white suit, but you just unfollowed me, Lon? Angel, what's up? If you're new here, please give me a like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Those of you that are new here, David, if you're new, please subscribe. That's the one thing I want to see too, David. If they can gel like year one's team, we're going to be really good. Okay. He is. They've not made it official yet. We've got somebody in this chat right now that's within the inner workings of the athletic department. So I'm trying to find out who. Some of y'all may not have. Some of y'all may not have except. Some of y'all may not have accept gifts. I've not seen where those gifts have been given out. The membership. If you listen, if you click the three dots in the corner of the menu, I was saying this on YouTube, click the three dots in the corner up there, the top chat maybe. See the chat up there, the three dots? Select gift settings or gift membership settings, then toggle allow gifts. Did you turn it on, Neil? Oh my, Pardon My Take is hosting KSR this summer. Go in the, you got your chat. If you're on your computer and you got your chat open, there's three dots in the top of your chat next to the X if you want to close your chat. I don't know how to do it on your phone. Let me see if I can figure out how to do it on your phone. That don't mean nothing. Y'all put too much stock into that unfollowing and following on Instagram. How to accept gift memberships on YouTube on ET phone home. Here's how I know that we cannot trust JT. Hold on here. I'll tell you. Let me here's how you know you can't trust JT, because look what my crystal ball still says. Look what my crystal ball still says. I don't even have Instagram. That don't mean nothing. JT just wants to try to rain on our parade because his beloved Cardinals didn't do it, and they're embarrassed. Yeah, what is instant grams anyhow? I don't know either. All right, let me see if and says, I guess this is if you want to do it by an iPhone. It says open a web browser, access the creator's channel, request desktop site, tap the three dots, select request desktop site, tap the join button next to subscribe, tap the three dots, select gift settings, enable gifts. And that's just, you all can Google that too, but I'm sure as soon as you do it, those 5 gifts that he's done, they'll be given out. So, but yeah, we appreciate Paxton for doing that. Appreciate you, my man. Appreciate Paxton. Appreciate him all. He's here every show. Yeah, JT, I'll be sure to stick around for the show, or for the announcement. And why do y'all buy into that? Why are you listening to somebody who comes in for the very first time, never been here before, starts saying a bunch of this crap, and you all would be disastrous? It would be disastrous. You know what? It'll be disastrous if he goes anywhere but Kentucky. I don't even care if it's Loserville or Arizona or James Madison University. Brandon, apparently, I guess Patino had kind of stated that he wanted Yesufu more than he wanted anybody else in the entire portal. And so when he came back, I guess he just made him a priority and went ahead and, he's making I heard that his deal's worth upper $7 million. I put him in timeout, guys. Why does St. John's come? That's just, yeah. And it does seem like that everybody Kentucky's in on seems to drag it out. I think a lot of it, Crash, is, and I've never put stock into that, because if you go back and look, Momchilovich followed one guy from Kentucky, one guy from St. John's, and one guy from Louisville. Hey, my pleasure. Hey, did you see the did you see the Mario Matlin tweet that where he put a picture of the bag of jelly beans that taste like KFC fried chicken, KFC mashed potatoes, blah blah blah, and they're trying to get Mom Chilovich a jelly bean endorsement. So number one weakness with this build is X. I got mine. Candy Cats, I like it. Jelly beans and M&Ms. I said we call this group the Candy. Ooh. Hey, AKF9206. If you're new here, please give me a subscribe. I appreciate it. My channel keeps growing. I want to be on every household TV in the country. But I really do think that M&M should really consider somebody ought to reach out to them for Marino and Momchilovich. If you think about it, Malachi Marino, Milan Momchilovich, man. No, we don't need Skittles. But yeah, he came in here as if I didn't just, look at that crystal ball I got. He come in here trying to spew that ignorant stuff. I guess he didn't know that my crystal ball was still up and running. I do think I agree with that rebounding because it seemed to me last year when we had like Diabate, who, has some toughness as a rebounder, Marino, even Garrison. It just seemed like to me at times, I felt like, Trent Noah was one of our better rebounders when he was on the floor at times. And he can't be one of our better rebounders. So rebounding, I think, is going to be an issue because Momchilovich doesn't really help a lot in that department. What he averaged, like 5 a game last year. So with that being said, but I definitely think rebounding. I don't think you can say shooting's a weakness anymore. You can't say if you get a chance, come on back, Kel. We'll be here probably. The crystal ball made those bad spirits leave. I agree. Appreciate you, Kevin. Appreciate you a lot, my man. But we don't like you just to subscribe. We like you to come back. Come on back. Plumb back. Pope got us some real horses. I don't know about real horses. I can tell you this. We're not plow horses anymore. I'm not so sure we're thoroughbreds just yet, but we're not plow horses. We might be Clydesdales or something trying to run a derby, or it might be ponies. I don't know. But last year, I think somebody had said we were trying to win the Kentucky Derby with plow horses. Well, we've definitely upgraded from that, I believe. But yeah, make sure you all try to figure out how to accept gift memberships. Can't expect him to get a lot of rebounds if you want him to stay behind the 3-point line. Well, on offense, but he can rebound defensively. Yeah, I understand. I still think rebounding. I don't think depth's going to be an issue. I hope we have enough versatility that, because I do think we'll have to find minutes for Njai, McBride, Frank the Tank, Mommy, Marino, Zoom, Wilkins. Cam, Hawthorne. What is that, 9 or 10 deep? Somebody's going to get left out. Yeah, he does. He really does. He gets himself in very good position based on where the ball shot from to secure the rebound. He really, really does. I would love. I would love. Did you all see that the Louisville basketball fan on Twitter today that said that he wouldn't pay Momcilovic big money because it'd feel like they were buying a championship, and kind of like LeBron did with Miami, and he wants to win ethically, as if Louisville's known for winning anything ethically. He didn't want to have to buy a championship. Come on. Anthony, we're not having that. Hey, we're not having that kind of talk tonight. We're not having that kind of talk tonight. Even though you're a card, it ought to just show you how much we like you, Anthony. I've already got rid of one of your card fans tonight for coming in here trolling. We like you, so I'm going to let you stay in here, but we're being positive tonight. Peanut made a good point a while ago, John Boy. You know, Pope has stated before that he likes to leave a roster spot open in case that something happens in the middle of the year, like, I think he used the word gym. So if he does fill it out, it'll be with a project. It won't be with somebody that's probably going to come in and be a contributor. I got you. And rebounding would be my number one concern. And you're right. Defense would probably be my second, just because last year we were so bad defensively. I'm not so sure we've gotten any better this year defensively. I think Zoom and Wilkins defend their position okay. I'm hoping another year of Cam older. Hawthorne's tall and lanky. I would say Frank and McBride can handle their positions. Marino's a year older, maybe. We might be better defensively than last year, but we're still not good. Kentucky trying to be a Dirk Nowitzki big man score leader team. Hey, we'll take it, Angel. We'll take it. What's the news? You see him? Look what look at the look on screen there. Look at the caption. Momcilovic, a cat. Yeah. Well, anytime you lose Mikael Brown, you're probably going to take a step back. That dude was really good. Here's a better question. Yeah, I think we're getting. I mean, he announced he was returning to college about 9 p.m. and we're already after 9, so I think it's probably going to be, honestly. He's definitely the last piece that we needed, but I think too that I don't know how deep you think we're going our rotation. Frank, I mean, you don't get a name like Frank the Tank without being able to handle your position. I agree. But my question is, in all honesty, okay, if we go 8 deep, see, Brian says 9. I think if you go any more than 9, you're in trouble. 9's almost too many, but I mean, who are the 9? We're not going 10 just to get to Morton. Morton might play in some of these games we blow people out in, or 10 deep. Man, that'll scare me come tournament time. Now, in the regular season, if you want to go 10 deep just to try to get everybody minutes, different positions, get a little flexibility, versatility, I'm okay with that. But I can tell you right now, you can't go 10 deep and win an NCAA tournament, in my opinion. Brandon, in all honesty, Crash never messaged me and told me that we had Donnie locked down. He messaged me tonight and told me that we had Momcilovic. So I will take up for Crash when it comes to that. I'm scared if we go 10 deep, Kevin. I'm not going to lie. Now, like I said, early on in the season, I think you can afford to go a little bit deeper than what you normally would, just to say, you know, hey, I want this guy to get some, like, for example, he may want Jerome to get some work at the 1. He may want Zoom, if he's to go do the primary ball handler, to play off the ball some. He may want Cam and Hawthorne to get some time at the 2 and 4 or whatever. I'm just speaking out loud here. But when it comes to that nut cutting time postseason, yes, sir, it has to shrink, Chris. Has to. Well, we're not the 96 team. Only thing similar about us is Kentucky Wildcats. The 96 team would short game this team probably. Run and clock them. Zoom, Wilkins, Momcilovic, Cam Marino, Njai, McBride, Hawthorne, Frank, Morton. So you think Morton's ahead of Trent Noah? Hey, what about Mason Williams? I see a lot of people thinking he's ahead of Morton. Man, might be a good problem to have. Brian, if you're new here, man, just give me a like and a subscribe on the channel, please. I greatly appreciate you stopping by. I hope you stop back by. Crash is a real good man with dirty underwear. Hey, Chuck, I heard his underwear grows flowers. Have you heard that? Right, Carl. Did he win a national championship in 2015? If you're going 10 deep, that means your best players ain't getting enough minutes. Those minutes got to come from somewhere. I think it hurts Njai the most, and Morton, if you want to know the truth. And that's my opinion, JPT, but so you're leaving out Njai, Afio? No way. I don't know. I agree, Chris. Ball handling, point guard. I think Zoom's will be okay. I mean, Locked on Kentucky did a show an hour ago talking about Kentucky predicted to land Momcilovic. He wouldn't be saying that if that wasn't the case. I hope you're right, Crash. I just have some PTSD with all these recruits. Well, that's all right. I appreciate you, Brian. Appreciate it. No, I think or that or a 5. He's going to have to prove it to me, Larry. Yeah, that's the position. I think so too. You think we can? I mean, can we get anybody at this point in time that can play real minutes with the roster we got, Crash? I've just always heard John Boy, it might be somebody from overseas, like a project. Maybe in the regular season, but there's no way he goes 10 or more deep in the postseason. I definitely think we got depth this year that we didn't have last year. I think you forget JPT. Wilkins played the 1 all last year at Furman, so he can handle the ball. Wilkins or Zoom can handle the ball. Morton played the 1 a lot at Washington State. He can handle the ball. We've got 1s. Mason Williams, another guy that can handle the ball. After you messaged me, Crash, I saw multiple people saying the same thing you said. And Quincy was one of them who had somebody that said pretty well already signed. Pope was out to dinner with some donors. And so he must have been meeting with them to make sure they could get the money right. So I've seen multiple people. So I know you're not just spitballing or just throwing things out. I can't vouch. Right. I agree. Weren't they talking to an overseas guard who played 1 year at Georgia? I feel like that sounds familiar, but I'm not 100% sure. He wasn't. I don't think he was going to get himself stuck in the same position he got stuck in last year. You know, of not having a point guard if something were to happen. I don't know if it's a secret commitment, but you know, Mom Chilovich isn't even in the state of Kentucky right now, so they may want him to be on campus before they announce it. I mean, overachiever for based on the expectations as of right now, I think it's got to be McBride. You very rarely hear him being talked about, and and I think he's going to be a very integral part. He could start on this team. I'd be shocked if he don't, honestly. My concern with that is, John Boy, is I hope they can gel and have the chemistry that year 1 had. I really liked the way year 1 played together. I thought that was very, very fun to watch. You know, when they start running those offenses with perfect timing and execution, and it was just he's going to announce tonight or tomorrow, Carl, or tonight that he'll be attending the University of Kentucky. Okay. I like Tayshawn. But Carl, if you are new here, I can't remember if I've seen you here before. Please subscribe to the channel if you would on YouTube. If you feel really inspired, click that little bell so you know when we go live. We've already gained about 15, 16 new subscribers. Paxton keeps trying to give you all memberships, but I don't know if you all have got accept memberships on. Appreciate you, my man. Appreciate you. Yeah, I saw that. That's something I didn't have on my bingo card either. Almost couldn't believe when I was seeing it. When I first looked at it, I'm like, that's Jamar Chase. I didn't even look at the captions. That writing was so small, I couldn't even hardly see it anyhow. I'm like, then I started looking, like, that's Jamar Chase. Oh, crap. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. He worked out with him today. I don't know if he has been working out with him. He worked out with him today. I think that's safe to say. And yeah, I mean, I agree. And who knows? He just might. What's up, Hank? How you doing, my man? Thanks for stopping by. Um, I worry about the defensive side. I definitely think it's going to be a fun offensive side. I definitely don't think it's going to be something we wake up and see at breakfast time. I definitely think it'll be afternoon. Yeah, it took me a while to get on board with Amari Williams, but I really liked how he ran that 5 spot. We will be very long, that's for sure. I mean, Hawthorne's long, Njai's long, Marino's long, Zoom's got long arms for a guard. Um, hey, no problem, Clyde. No problem. I appreciate you guys being here. He's not going to St. John's. They've already labeled St. John's out. He's already signed at Kentucky. Just wait tomorrow when it comes official if you don't believe us now. I wouldn't have this graphic up if we didn't already know something. We've got sources. Bobby or Danny Hurley says that. I mean, who knows they won't? I don't know. I think Malachi coming back definitely helped with the Momchilovich decision too. I'm not so sure that's why he did it, Hank. He announced a couple weeks ago that number 2 was his high school number, and now that Jasper Johnson transferred to Oregon, opened up the number 2, that he would be switching back to the number 2. When he did that, Momchilovich was still in the NBA draft. I'm not so sure they're going to do any more for him than what they did for anybody else. That's not a precedence they're going to set right off the bat. Frank the Tank's got a ton of beef. If we're going down to Potter, Brian, we're in trouble. This is probably when the moment it gets announced and all the doubters finally see it with their own eyes, because some people aren't going to believe it until they see it, which I totally get that. And if I didn't have good people telling me, that he's already signed, I'd probably be a little bit more. I'd probably be a little bit more of a doubt too. But I'm just going to say that the moment it gets official might be the most united our fan base has been since, I don't know when, maybe since the day that Pope was announced. Potter's not bad. I think he had a good year in Miami. I won't know if I'd say the real deal, and I'm not trying to argue with Cam Williams' dad. I saw him play a couple games at Miami. Obviously, he's improved a lot since his high school days. But, maybe play him at the 4. I don't know. I don't think he's not a 4. But I definitely think since the press conference, the day we announced Pope, obviously we filled Rupp Arena that day. So I would say we were united then. But tomorrow is going to be, because it's 9:30. He's not announcing at 9:30 at night unless he just wants to be funny. But I don't see any way in hell that's happened. I will give you that. Hank, 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 can we get through this year first? I don't want to rush this season. I think we're going to be a really, really good and a lot better than what a lot of people give us credit for, I should say. A lot of people online are talking about he ain't that good. All these fan bases out there saying Kentucky overpaid for Momchilovich. He's not really that good. He's slow. He's white. He can't play. Blah, 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 blah. Their team wanted him too. Okay. 2 hours ago, Jacob Polacek was in his, I guess it was probably the On3 pay site. He said, I just got a call. The person said 2 words: be ready. And the guy that put that on Twitter did that 2 hours ago. So I definitely think we need to be ready. But it's coming tomorrow. He doesn't need to be in the state to announce his commitment, but, he may want to be there with the coaching staff. I mean, it's a big deal. He just made a big decision that's positively going to affect his future. His future. He just got rich really fast. I know, Holly, me too. And I honestly tweeted at Cody Feger earlier this morning when I made this graphic. I tweeted at him and I said, at Cody Feger, your boom better be epic. Yeah, you know how it is, though, Larry. When they want him and they get him, they're the best player in the world. But when Kentucky gets him over them, they backed off of him. They didn't really recruit him hard. They didn't really want him because he's not that good. He's slow. He can't play defense, can't rebound, blah, 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 blah. Everything to downplay Kentucky doing something positive. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have to downplay it. It just, I don't, Hank, I just don't really know. I think the good problem they have is that I don't think they had last year is I think they have depth. I think there's multiple ways that Pope can go. If somebody's struggling and they need a little bit of a break, you know, some people play better off the bench because they got time to let the game slow down. Then kind of watch it first. JT, are you back? That guy did dominate us in the tournament. You're right. But you know what? Hey, if we can't beat them, we'll join them. If we can't beat them, we'll join them. I don't know. And you know what, though? And I've got to figure it out somehow because I don't really understand how, like, I'm not the people that are saying this stuff. I don't even follow. I don't even, I don't know how they're popping up on my stuff. I don't know how I'm even seeing them. So I don't really know, but yeah, I wish I'd get rid of them. Can't beat them, buy them. I surely to God he wanted. I don't know, Paxton, but if you call me Shirley one more time, y'all remember what movie that's from? All right, I had to get rid of him again. He's worrying about JT. Why are you worried about? All right, I'll just ban the user and delete his comments. It wouldn't let me ban him or time out him anymore. Airplane. I don't know if you call me Shirley one more time. What's up, 502 Gutter? Hey, if you're new here, give me a subscribe to the channel, please. For those of you that are new here, I want you to know, I've just started this channel just a few months ago. Just recently got monetized, but I've told my regulars in chat, if I get 300 members, I think right now I'm right around 18 or 19, which is really good considering I just became monetized. But if I get 300 members, I'm getting in Redneck Brawl. I'm going to ask Redneck Brawl to reach out to Jacob Polachek, and I'm going to see if he'll fight me in the ring since he blocked me on Twitter. I want me and Polachek. Now, listen, I'm not a fighter. Polachek may lay me out in the first round, but I'll do it for my people. I'll take an ass whooping for my people. All right? And if Polachek doesn't want to agree to it, I want Matthew Harper Jones. I think I can take Matt Jones. Hey now, Hank. Hey now. Hey now. I got a little bit of scuttlebutt. Don't make too much out of this, but it's possible that Milan isn't trying to get as much money as some people think he's getting. Well, I have no reason. It stays between me and you on here, Crash. It stays between us. I don't know, JP. I'm a lover, not a fighter, but I'll fight you over my lover. Man, listen, I thought you looked familiar, Carl, but I wasn't going to insult you. But I thought you looked familiar. I subscribe to the Redneck Brawl channel. I've never missed 1 through 13. I've watched them all. I absolutely love them. The little dude that fought in the very first fight, Gravedigger, I taught him in school, middle school. I taught him. So yeah, I'm a fan. And Carl Miller, I thought you looked familiar based on your profile picture, but I didn't want to insult you in case you weren't. Hey, that's awesome, dude. That is awesome. John Boy, I'd say by why his statement just was, I would say it's going to be less than 7 million if he's saying that he's trying to get less than what people think he's getting. Well, and I think he said that too in his interview, that it wasn't about the money chase. Because I think it's easy to say that when you know you're going to be able to name your price. 8.5 from someone who claimed to be on the JMI side of things. Well, what's up, Chris? How you, my man? Hey, if you're new here, give me a like and subscribe on YouTube to the channel. I would appreciate it. I've gained about 20 new subscribers tonight. That means a lot. I can't wait for the season when we can do pre-games, post-games. We can talk about Kentucky all night long. Yeah, Randy Neese, man, he's walking around like he's 10 foot tall and bulletproof. He was going to lose. He was going to lose to high testosterone Daryl Hinkle if Hinkle don't get his leg broke. Hinkle dominated the first round. There's no doubt in my mind. I don't know what Ben shorts even are, son. Muck boots. I don't own a pair of boots. I own sandals, or I should say slides. I own slides and tennis shoes. I'm the most outside nature person you've ever met. But yeah, call out Randy Neese. Call out his wife. Call out. I mean, I really think Daryl Hinkle was going to beat him. Oh, listen, when I go to Vegas in July, it's during the World Series of Poker. If I see any big name poker people, I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna video them saying "Stay hot." I'm gonna take all kinds of business cards down there, put them all over the place. Subscribe to Stay Hot. Is who better than Reed? Momcilovic? Two different style of players, but obviously, I mean, Reed was number 3 in the NBA draft. Momcilovic just withdrew from the draft because he's going second round. So now, as far as a college player, it'd be hard to argue with Momcilovic's success of what he's done at Iowa State, but it's hard to say is one better than the other when they're, 6.8 million for, if we could get him for 2 years. And I saw where Next Nation, I saw where they put in they put in their crystal ball for Momcilovic to Kentucky. I saw it. I follow him on Twitter. Yes, sir. I saw it. I don't know. I mean, it's possible. I'm not disagreeing with you, Hank. I don't really know how all this stuff goes. 6.8 each year. So you would say 2 year, 13.6 million. Is that what you're saying? No, it's got to be 3.4 million a year. Yeah, I got the Air Jesuses. Yes, sir. I got them. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. He just said what I think he meant by it, Chris, was he wasn't going to chase money, meaning he wasn't going to necessarily go to the school that offered the most money just because they offered the most money, is what I think he meant by that. Pick a price and stay hot. What if Mark Pope got a signature from Milan tonight at 6 p.m. and looked him in the eyes? He shook his hand and said, "Stay hot, son, stay hot." Bluegrass. Look, when Pope does a deal and no one knows about it till it's over, that seemed to be our best. Success rate, all this other noise is success rate. Right. And you know what? And I would be the first to tell you, Bluegrass, that I hate when he's quiet like that because I'm one of the ones that like to know what's going on. But him being quiet seems to be our best. But I'll tell you what else I liked. I liked how when they Zoomed with him yesterday, he had the players in there talking to him. You know what I'm saying? Cam, Marino, and who was the other one? Cam, Marino, and they had another one that was in there talking to him through Zoom. And I think that helps a lot. 49.8% from three. It'd be hard to. Whew. David Rizzuto. I remember when the NCAA would kill an entire team over a coach taking a recruit out. Yeah, absolutely. Reed's an athlete too, man. Reed dunk on you. If there's only one win, I want Arkansas. I want Pope to have a winning record against Cal, just because there's still so many fake Kentucky fans out there. I know so many Kentucky fans out there that still have BBN in their profile, but they dog Pope every chance they get, and they cheer Cal on every chance they get. So if I had one, I think I'm taking Arkansas. How is this guy back? Can you not ban users? We do 8-ball pick. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I think I saw your graphic. with the 8 balls. Yeah. And that was what I was going to say, but I don't really know. I know there are some silent commitments sometimes, but, you know, multiple times he did say that he was fully invested into the NBA and the draft and the process. And I think he got some really good feedback from the process if what I read and what I'm hearing is correct. Did you see that? No, I didn't watch the weigh-in. I honestly pay for the channel to watch it just for the shows. I know that YouTube did have the live weigh-in. Hey, what about hey Carl? What about old girl that just walked out of the ring mid-fight? Doggy Style, I think her name was. She just walked out. I had enough. She was getting pounded. She's like, I've had enough. I'm out. But guess what? He's going to the school that left the other bidders in the dust. True. I think we need to get Hank. Hank needs to be I think Hank, we need to put together a graphic for Hank as available power forward, still available. Oh, yeah. Okay. I saw it on replay. I didn't watch it live. True that. Chris, we're not talking about ifs. If ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. We're positive in here. The power of positive thinking. Milan's not going past Saturday evening. Hey, that's what my man Little Wayne says. Somebody tried to copy Little Wayne a couple years ago and say it, but my man Little Wayne says real G's move in silence like lasagna. Hawthorne. Robert Carter. Hey, I appreciate a man that can join a Kentucky stream and shout out Indiana basketball. I appreciate that. We'll see you when. When do we? Is it November or December? We'll be coming up to Indianapolis, I believe. So, Robert, if you're new here, man, please give the channel a like and subscribe. Josh, if you're new here, please give us a like and subscribe. Sorry, JP, buddy. I banned him. It says down here. It says he was banned and their comments were removed. So I can't even see his comments. Would you agree that's the only way we get close to putting up 35 trays a game? I don't know if we'll get. I don't know if we'll get to 35 trays a game. Honestly, I know Pope says that and he'd like that, but I don't think that's happening. But they're all coming from that same JT offer account, unless it's a different number that I wasn't paying attention. This is 003. I'll remember it if he comes back in here. Hey, I think we're going to play a Stay Hot bingo before too long. Chris Adams will definitely be on the bingo space. If his name's mentioned, check off the spot. Chris Adams I've never seen that dude. He popped up on Facebook feed one time, but I've never seen him since. He has to stay quiet. People leak his shit when they aren't supposed to. It steals the player's thunder, and they don't like that. I totally get why. I tried, and I definitely finally did it, I think, Clyde. We did get Milan, if you believe the Stay Hot podcast. Multiple people that we've talked to says that it was final about 6 p.m. this evening. They've said that it would become official sometime this weekend. He wanted the process to be quick. There's been people make a few good points. A lot of it is he's not even in Kentucky. He may want to be there with the staff before they make it official. Crash knows a lot about the situation. He's got an inside source to the athletic department that seems to know, and everything Crash puts his word on usually comes true. So, if Crash tells you something, it's about like Big Blue Dylan or somebody telling you something. Crash probably batting 1,000 on the Stay Hot podcast. His agent was the one filling officers. Milan already knows Pope and knows he would fit his system the best. So UK was definitely one of the favorites before tonight. Was he at Iowa State when Pope was at BYU? If so, then he probably is pretty familiar with his game too, or with the coaching and the system. Cal won us one in 2012. Pope hasn't won us one yet. Yeah, I felt sorry for her, to be honest with you, Carl. I guess until you get in there and you see somebody coming at you throwing hands, you probably think you can handle it, but she ran out of there quick. Loyal BBN fan show. Hey, man, you want to come on? I'll send you a link on Twitter if you want to join. I'm going to send you a link on your DM. Then you can copy and paste it to wherever. I sent you a link a little bit earlier, or I sent you a tweet a little bit earlier. Oh, hold on. I don't know if I sent you the right one. Yeah, I did. Click either one of those. If you want to come on, I'll put you on here. But Loyal BBN, if you've not heard yet, about 6 o'clock this evening, we've got pretty good word that Momchilovich has signed his contract. But yeah, if he's still here, I sent you a link on your X. Go to X and join the show for a little bit. My fans have been wanting to get you on this show forever. Let's make it happen for the fans, Mike. Let's make it happen for the fans. I'm trying, Peanut. I'm trying. I've sent him the links. I was ranked number 1 my senior year in wrestling. My school didn't even have wrestling. But I tell you what, I can frog splash you off the top rope, son. If that's what kind of wrestling you're talking about. Woo! Woo! He said BYU killed Iowa State at BYU. Wow. Yeah, I sent the Loyal BBN fan show a a Twitter DM with the address. Yeah, I love watching Big Mike's show. I'm a big fan. Yes, ma'am, lady bass player. Yes, ma'am. It's not official yet, but it's as good as the Bible. It's golden. Mark it down. Lady, if you're new here, please give the channel a like and subscribe. Well, hopefully if he joins back in, maybe hey, if you got a cell number or something, Peanut Butter, tell him check his Twitter DMs. Woo! Mean Gene. You've been chosen to lead the horsemen. Well, I'm glad to have you here. Please subscribe to the show. And hope you come back. We have a blast in here. We're generally positive thinking people with the exception of a few. If you got a crush on me, that's even better. I'm single, so reach out. Or are you trying to say crash? Oh, sometimes I jump ahead of myself. Look, come on, guys. Chris just got here, and look. You almost not want me to dress up like a pimp. And it's only 99 cents. 99 cents for me to be a pimp. Pop back collar. Oh, you said crash. Daggone it. Yeah, if you want to message him, just tell him if he wants to come on the show. I sent him a link to his Twitter DM. What's up, Michael? Michael, we actually are blessed with members of our Stay Hot community that have athletic department sources at the University of Kentucky, and they keep us very well informed. And his contract was actually signed about 6 o'clock this evening. Now, we don't know why they've waited so long. Not sure why they've waited so long to make it official. There could be numerous reasons. But if you also want to go check Twitter, or if you're on a Pace site, check out Jacob Polacek from KSR. He said that he got a phone call about 6 o'clock, and the guy said 2 words: be ready. So KSR and those guys aren't putting out that kind of information if it's not, positive. Yeah, and that may have been why he said he was in Qatar. But I do want him to know that he's welcome on my show anytime. I really do like his show. The Gritty, hold on here a minute. I can't get up and do it right now live because I don't have enough space behind me. You'd be able to see. But for those people that are new, I can. Hold on here. Now, I do want you all to know that this is when Malachi returned. I'm having the same. Hey, check your Twitter DM, Big Mike. I'm having the same reaction right now with the Momchilovich. Look at this Gritty I've been perfecting. Look at it. Why don't you throw the eyes up? There we go. Throw it up. Throw it up, coach. Throw it up. There we go. Hey, people have more fun than anybody, guys. People have more fun than anybody. I think he's watching it from behind, so I think he's behind us, so he hasn't heard me tell him to check his Twitter DMs yet, so he will. Maybe if I comment, check your Twitter DMs, Big Mike. Yes, Josh, Milan will start if that's what you're asking. And Josh, if you're new here, go over and put your DNA on that subscribe button. I mean, Locked On Kentucky has even been positive about Momchilovich to Kentucky. And we all know that wouldn't be the case if that wasn't it. Big Mook. Big Mook. Is that what I need to start calling him? Big Mook? Instead of Big Mike? Big Mook. He's doing it. He's checking it. You the man, Josh. You the man. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, Minnesota. Never been to Minnesota. My mom actually lives in Idaho, so I've been up north, but never to Minnesota. I actually flew into Minnesota once, but it was just kind of to change planes. The Cattygun. What up, big dog? I hear a lot about you. Give me a subscribe, my man. I'm trying to find your show. But every time I type it in, it goes to the Vatican. Big Mike, I need you to click on the link. I need you to click on the link in your Twitter DMs. Christopher Perry lives in Idaho. My mom lives in she lived in Jerome, Idaho for a while, which is about 10 miles from Twin Falls. And then now she lives out in Gooding, I believe. Her husband passed away several years ago, and she met a new man, reconnected with after, they went to high school together, reconnected with, and married him, and they live out in Gooding now. So, hey, we partying hard tonight. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to find it. I'm on YouTube right now. Maybe it's because, I know why. I was putting a space in there. Well, the name, I typed it all one and it came up. All right, I subscribe now. Okay, so you've heard of Jerome. I don't know what this means. We need to get the loyal BBN fan. We need to get him on here. I'm gonna say we need you to click the link, Big Mike. 502 Gutter Crew. We were going to Jerusalem until the civil unrest in Jerusalem. Obviously, it caused Kentucky to, I guess, change their plans. And Pope said the other day that I think it was in his interview with Ben Roberts, maybe of the Herald Leader, had said as of right now they don't have a summer plan to play any games. So, guys, you see me do all I can do to get Big Mike on here tonight. It's only about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning in Qatar, Saudi Arabia. Oh, yeah, we'll be doing some football stuff as it gets closer. Absolutely. I guess that's the same thing with the Jerusalem stuff, isn't it? Yeah, they're having like civil unrest. Civil unrest. Sorry, Crash. Sometimes it doesn't always show through. Big Mike says, give me a minute. It's 5 a.m. here. Big Mike needs to be voted for Kentucky Sports Content Creator of the Year if he's getting up at 5 a.m. to talk Kentucky hoops with us. Hey, Christopher Perry, why you doubting Crash? I'm telling you, Crash is batting 1,000. Momchilovich has already signed his contract. He's probably on his way to Lexington tonight or in the morning. And I'm also going to tell you this. If you're a KSR fan, Polacek got a phone call too that said 2 words, be ready. Nobody's calling these guys telling them to be ready. I'm in Eastern time too. It's 10 o'clock here too. I know we have, but hey, we're trying to condition our mind to think positive. We're not doubting anymore. We were told to let Pope cook. We're letting Pope cook. I don't know if I ever heard Crash saying Stokes was coming. He actually told me that he wasn't coming because I was starting to jump on that train. Crash told me he was not. Or I don't think he said not. He said it's more than likely not. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So, Carl, who did you fight in Redneck Brawl? I'll take up for you there, Crash. I know that you didn't. Hey, listen, Louisville fans are pissed right now. Hey, Louisville fans are fired up. The ones I've seen, you know what they're saying now? Oh, we didn't really want him. We didn't really want him. He wouldn't start for us. He'd be our 6th man. Tennessee said, screw that dude, man. Sasquatch don't even fight. He don't even fight. Did they injure a match early with him? Were you the one that kind of hit him in the back of the head and he thought he got hit or something? On Stokes, my source said, yeah, if your source was Williams, the assistant coach, right, nonsense. So you didn't get paid? Carl Miller fought Sasquatch in the last one, Jake. Man, I like your channel, Cattican, if you're still here. Your intro video is sweet. Is that Thundercats? Yes, that guy. Yes. Oh, man, this guy's sweet. Yeah. Your intro video is sweet. Oh, that's nice. Nice. Nice stuff, Cattican. Nice stuff. See, this is what I'm talking about, guys. I want a Kentucky community where every channel supports every channel. We go to everybody's shows, talk Kentucky basketball. Hey, right. Yeah, he lied, but right, he straight out trolled Kentucky. Straight out. And his boy Stokes did the same thing. You all saw what I did in my short when Stokes committed to Kansas that night. I threw all my Nike shit in the trash can. I threw my Nike shoes. I threw a Nike shirt. Hey, look. I threw it all in the trash can. That's exactly what he did. Coin surprise. What's up, my man? If you're new here, give me a like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. I started with about 600 and maybe 50 some. We're up to 682 on subscribers. Let's keep going. What about Chandler? Here's what I know. We're beating Kansas first game of the year. Hey, since we didn't get enough members, I'll probably wear my UK gear tomorrow. I don't have to dress like a pimp tomorrow, so. I got some and one gear somewhere. Crash, is this true? What I said about Chandler was that I met Leanne Pope and one of their daughters. I asked who they thought was staying, and they said Chandler Marino. 1 week later, Chandler transferred to BYU. Oh, I can see McBride guarding Stokes, or, just somebody. Man, the Dallas Wings are about to beat the Las Vegas Aces at Las Vegas. The Aces are struggling right now. Getting ready to watch Caitlin. Okay, I should say this. You're right. No one is right. I can just tell you, since I've started this channel, you can tell a difference when Crash thinks Kentucky is going to get you and Kentucky ain't going to get you, because he'll tell you. And I don't know if I don't even know if I was doing shows for Chandler. Was I? My first show was called Pope Goes Portaling. That got 3,000 views. Men on a Mission got 4,000. Wow. My earlier shows did well. No, I got some. I don't see anything about Chandler. I may have mentioned it in a show, but he ain't on any of my graphics. Huh. Wow. Yeah, I like the Catechin show. I tweeted at him today, Bluegrass, and I told him, I said, Cody, this boom better be epic. Hey, that just shows you, Christopher, when Pope's being quiet and silent with us, he's also being silent with them. I definitely think he was asking too much, if the money I heard's right, because I truly believe that Wilkins is probably who we got to play his position, and Wilkins is a better player than Chandler, in my opinion. You're right. Chandler wanted. I think, didn't we offer him like 3? Did we offer him 3? Because I think that was too many. So that's the first show. Yeah, we did talk about that, because I said that was the first show that maybe Keegan Brown earned his money. When you talk about price and value, he may have talked Pope out of signing, because I think if it was up to Pope, his relationship with Chandler probably would have took precedence over everything, and they probably would have overpaid for him. Well, who signed with Kentucky? We've already told you. Milan has already signed with Kentucky. We've already said it. Chandler at times last year was our best player, no doubt. Hit a lot of clutch shots for us. But if Chandler's your best player, you're going to have the season like we had. No knock on Chandler. I like Chandler. I think he's a great athlete. But he can't be your best player. I've actually never heard of that channel. Is their YouTube channel down? Once he got married, his game went downhill, didn't it? I'm fairly new around here, Coin, so I knew about the Catechin, but I could never find their channel. I know about Locked on Kentucky. I know about Big Mike and Loyal BBN Fan Show. Yeah, and I'll tell you something else too about that. Jody Demling and Mike Rutherford both said the same thing that Crash just said. Louisville never really was pursuing very hard due to the money and their financial struggles in the athletic department, like by 30 million or so. Well, hopefully we caught one. We caught one tonight, JPT. We caught him. We put him on the fish. That's what we're hearing right now. The number we're hearing right now is 2 years, 6.8, but I think it'll be more than that if it's 2 years. That's only three and a half million a year, if that. And that's another thing. The last show or two we did, one of the major things we talked about was the Kentucky and Gonzaga series kind of ending, and it was simply, there wasn't a reason they stopped it other than, Pope was, in starting year 3 and still playing Calipari's schedule. I think Pope wanted to kind of put a wrinkle into the schedule, kind of his own, and Kentucky was what, 1-3 or 1-4. Got pretty good word that Momcilovic has signed his contract. Hold on here, I can hear me and something else. What's up, Big Mike?
Hey, what's going on, Pat? How you doing,
what's up,
brother?
My man? Doing all right.
Man,
how you doing?
I was just waking up, man.
I know. I knew you were in a different time zone. I didn't actually know where. But my man, Captain Crash, has been on me for weeks. Get Big Mike. Get Big Mike. Get Big Mike. They say Big Mike's the GOAT. And I said, well, I want to learn from the best. They said, you got to get Big Mike.
No, I'm not the GOAT. That's it. That's the fans, man. The fans
You're right.
are the GOATs.
They make it easy what we do, don't they?
Yes, they do. Yep. They make it really easy, man.
So what do you think about waking up at 5 a.m. and hearing that Momcilovic potentially signed a contract at 6 p.m. local time here?
Well, I would be crazy not to be happy about that.
That's right.
I'm trying my best to, to not get overly excited just yet until we see it in writing. But, faith without works is dead, ain't it? So let's do it.
That's right. And
what I'm saying?
And I think it's easy. I've kind of got on the chat a little bit, some people showing doubt. I'm trying to keep that positive thinking just because I'm trying to change my own mindset, speak it into existence or think it into existence. But, with some of the other recruiting situations Pope's had this off season, it's be hard not to think seeing's believing,
Absolutely. I agree with you too, as well on that, after so much has definitely went south and things that looked like we had it in the basket, in the locker room, whatever you want to call it, and then players went elsewhere. I can, I always tell people, I can't control how you feel. I understand that, it's some bad memories. It's some wounds that are still too fresh, so if you feel that way, hey, I'm not going to sit here and try to change you as far as how you feel. I just for me, just being a Kentucky fan, I don't have any choice but to just think as positive as possible about the possible outcome of this year.
And that's kind of what I said early on when I kind of started this show. When I first started this show several years ago, it was strictly just high school basketball. I'm a high school basketball coach. I coach girls, but I did a high school boys basketball show because I didn't want there to be a conflict of interest with myself and my own team. And so I just basically did high school. I started with Kentucky one night, and one of the first few shows, I just remember saying everybody was on the whole fire Pope thing. And I thought, if we talk about Pope being fired and he gets fired, that means we had a crappy year. And what kind of UK fan wants to sit through a crappy year? As long as he's here and he's our coach, I'm going to be positive. I'm going to support him.
Yeah. That you're 100% spot on with that. There's nothing that I can do. Like, I can't tweet coach or I can't tweet the athletic director, whoever it may be, but like, hey, this is Big Mike. I don't like Coach Pope. Fire him today. None of that's going to work. You know what I'm saying? So the only way that I can get through that is you hit it on the head, is just you want Coach Pope to be successful, because that means if he's successful, that means we got a good team, and it's fun when we're good. And I'm nobody important that's going to be able to get Coach fired. So since I'm a Wildcat fan, and since I ain't cheering, since I'm not cheering for Tennessee and Louisville no time soon, then I might as well just hope for the best for Coach Pope. And if it doesn't work out, that he doesn't, that he's not the coach in the future, that's over my head. But while he's here, I just choose to support.
And if he's not the coach, I'm going to support the next coach. It's just the way it is. And, when I was saying earlier that I think, once Milan makes it official or the university makes it official, and that might be the first time our fan base has been what I would consider united since Pope's press conference, since they all filled Rupp Arena that day. I'm not so sure our fan base has been united since then. And I think this will help get the fan base back on board from what a lot of them perceived the offseason to be a failure or a whiff anyhow. I don't agree with that, or I don't believe that to be true. So, but I think this is really going to be something that Pope needed here at the end of the off season, just to kind of get the fan base back on board.
I think so too. So, we just gotta, we gotta just think positive about getting Milan. And yeah, I was actually trying to comment to Carl Miller about that. Carl, first of all, what's up, brother? Man, that's cool, man. So I'll be moving here for good. I'm hoping that the end of July, around the 23rd of July, me and my family should be we should be here by then. Hopefully, if everything goes good. Yeah, but
Permanently?
for a while. Yeah,
Oh,
I just took a new job here.
wow.
Yeah,
Any kind of civil unrest there that put you in jeopardy?
no, because
No.
I drove over because I'm actually living and working in Saudi Arabia right now. So I just drove over, and that was a headache, brother. Driving across the border, that was a headache, bro. That was unbelievable. It was hard.
I got a family member that they live in Kentucky now, but they lived in Saudi Arabia for a while. My cousin actually owns some oil over there, pretty wealthy group, and his son actually played for Saudi Arabia's Little League World Series team.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man.
It wasn't any good. He got to play his designated 3 outs,
Yeah.
and get his at bat. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool to watch on TV and stuff. It's pretty neat stuff.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Let me see here. This might keep my fans a little bit happier that I was able to pull you on here. So they've been on me for weeks.
I appreciate you having me. I think
Oh.
Jimmy Jam just hit me up too in my inbox right before I came on, right before I started watching the
Yeah,
live. I woke up, and so yeah,
I actually talked to him on the phone the other night. You talking about a talker, man? Jimmy loves to talk. He wants to come on with me tomorrow, so I'm going to come on with him tomorrow. I'm going to let him come on here, and we're going to talk some basketball. And of course, I messaged him to see if he wanted to come on tonight, just because I thought, when I first came live, I thought we might actually get an announcement tonight. Several people were reporting they could actually commit tonight or announce the commitment tonight. And he said he was out with family. He'd still like to do it tomorrow, so I'll go live with him tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know him real well, but we had a good talk. We talked about an hour and 10 minutes. Yeah, he's
okay. Yeah, Jimmy likes his basketball. That's for sure.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Yeah, I didn't really. I thought you were just like maybe an hour or two ahead or behind. I didn't realize you were about 6 hours, 7 hours, 5 hours.
Yeah. So I'm actually on your show. It looks pretty good. I don't see any dragon, or maybe I do see a little dragon, but it's not. Okay,
not from my end. I mean, it looks good.
So I was supposed to do my call-in show tonight, but because I knew that I don't think my internet would pull all the phone calls or whatever. So I'm gonna try to do it. I'll be back on next Thursday night.
Well, I actually, and one thing I've told these guys on here that I try to do is I try to not conflict with any other shows. I don't want to split watches or listeners or viewers or whatever. And so I went on your channel before to make sure you didn't have one already scheduled, because we got a lot of the same. You'll go recognize a lot of the names you see in here are same.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so I definitely, and Jake Cornett, I don't know if you're familiar with him. He actually put together a spreadsheet for me when I was newer of what days shows, like different Kentucky shows, are on. So I try to base mine around those times, because I'm a school teacher. We're out for the summer now. I can have a show at midnight if there's going to be people on here. I don't. But we've got this group of people that come to your show and watch mine. They're a pretty good group of people. I feel like I'm closer to some of them than I am to some of the family member that lives a couple doors down. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Definitely, some of these guys support me a lot more than some of my own family members do. But
facts.
So how did you get hooked up with Hawthorne and Williams fathers? That was pretty cool. I enjoyed listening to those guys.
Well, for Mr. Williams, I guess he was watching. I think Jimmy and Leah actually mentioned it before that he was actually watching. He actually kind of was behind the scene watching their show. And one night when I was doing my show, one of my call-in shows, he happened to just call in, and I was surprised. I was like, is this Ken Williams there? So so that was a really special moment for me, and it's kind of crazy because I had hit up Mr. Hartthorne a few times on Twitter or X, and I never heard anything back from him. So it was kind of crazy because Mr. Williams was like, "Hey, I got somebody who want to be on the show tonight." I was like, "Cool, no problem." I didn't know who it was, and then when he jumped on the show and it was him, I was like, "Dude, I reached out to you for a while,
Oh,
before the season even started last year." So that was a real joy too. And I just I'm very humbled by both of those guys coming on the show. I don't take anything like that for granted. So I really enjoy, and everyone who watches really enjoys when they have
listen,
a chance to come on the show.
you don't understand how, I mean, how excited, I mean, just seeing you comment in the show, because I know how these people think of you, and the caddy can comment, and just seeing other shows coming in, it just, and that's what my goal is. Just, I want every show to support. And I've told the people on here for weeks, like, if one of us eat, we all eat, I
Yeah,
want every fan that's in here to tune into every show that a Kentucky. Now, I don't always tune into some of the national Kentucky shows,
yeah,
but the people that are kind of the, I don't want to say boots on the ground because it's not the right phrase to use, but kind of the, the loyal average fans kind of, that's the ones I want to support. But it's just nice to get on here and kind of see people talking basketball, being positive, not a lot of negativity in the chat. We did have a Card fan come in a while ago that wasn't very happy with Kentucky and Momchilovich, but we had to get rid of him. But we don't do that very often.
I got rid of a Louisville fan the other night too. Yep, I had to go block him. I'm not sure if it's the same person, but uh, I had to go block him for that show because usually he watches the show, and he's never really he's of course we kind of go back and forth really in fun with the Louisville and Kentucky stuff. But when he started calling people and started cussing people out on my show, I was like, "Look, dude,
Yeah.
YouTube doesn't pay my bills. I don't need you that bad on my show to be a subscriber." So I had to block him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the we
I'm
do
not
have a
gonna have
Louisville
that.
we do have a Louisville fan that's pretty cool. He comes in here. His name's Anthony Eason. He'll come
Yes,
in and
that's
just chat basketball. He's cool with us. But this guy's name was like JT Offer 003.
okay.
And I
Okay.
just timed him out first. Well, then he
Yeah,
comes back. And he was saying that, I don't know, he was just trolling just to be trolling
yeah,
is what he was doing. So I just kind of
yeah,
just banned him and deleted his comments. But yeah, it was just like I don't know. I don't have the time to go on somebody else's show and be negative, and I don't know.
yeah,
It's just not my
yeah.
cup of tea.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm too busy to just go to somebody's page and just to scroll them. I mean, just to scam them or whatever.
Right.
I
Just
don't. Yeah, I don't have time for that, bro. I don't. Like I feel like every second of my day is kind of spoken for. So it's like when I'm busy, and I'm not gonna go to somebody's page just to, nah, I'm good, bro. You ain't got nothing to do with your life when you can do that. you know.
I 100%
So,
not doing it. But
yeah,
yeah, but it's kind of like doing this. I don't think some people understand that we kind of open ourselves up for certain things just by being on here. Um,
yes,
and I can handle you disagreeing with my takes. I can handle
yeah,
you disagreeing with any kind of speculation I give. If you're going to kind of argue with me sensibly and civilly, then we can discuss that all night long. But the first time you get personal, then I'm just going to ask you to either
yeah,
leave or I'm just going to make you leave. I mean, and if you're hounding the other members of the chat, then just go ahead and go. But
yeah.
so do you got to work today?
No, no, no. I'm here. I'm here just trying to look around. I'm looking at a few apartments and stuff, just to kind of get an idea what part of town we want to live on, and all of that. So looking at this, I went yesterday to look at the school, but they was closed unfortunately because right now we're in a holiday. We're in a
Okay.
7 day holiday or whatever. So
Kind of like a
that's why.
spring break or something like we do a spring break or fall.
No, it's a religious holiday,
Okay.
and they
Gotcha.
and,
Gotcha.
and, and they and they have it twice a year. So and we just get 3 days off from work. It's not vacation time. It's just 3 days off from work.
Oh, that's
Uh,
nice.
yeah. So this time we actually had about about 8 or 9 days off from work on this one. So I decided to drive over here and everything and just kind of look at everything. And it's nice over here as well. I think my daughter's gonna like it as well. The heat is on another level, and it's gonna get worse.
What's the temperature right now?
I don't know right now, but I know I got in my car like yesterday morning, about maybe about 7:45, and it was almost like 95 degrees outside, and like at that time in the morning. Yeah, so it's it's warm, but it's beautiful over here, real beautiful. But just don't go outside very much during the daytime. I told
My
my wife, I was like, I said we gonna be watching a lot of movies during the daytime.
Yeah, it's only 66 right here, and I'm feeling a little hot. But what's like the apartment and things like that? Is it comparable to? Is it a lot cheaper to live there than it is here? Is it like
You know, of course, I have a house in Tennessee, and let's just say that the rent here is probably about as twice as much as my mortgage. Yeah, it's pretty expensive. But you get like say like this building that I'm in right now, the hotel that I'm in right now. They have a certain amount of floors that they use just for renting apartments or whatever. So I looked at one at this building, but inside the building we have restaurants all downstairs. We have a store downstairs. They have a big game room. They have a massive size swimming pool. You can get your laundry done. You can go, all around it on the base of it. They got the restaurants. They got the stores. So it's like you don't, once you come home in the afternoon, like you don't have to go to stores to go out to get your stuff. Like you could just go right downstairs and you got everything that you need in this vicinity of the apartment building. So
that sounds real
yeah,
convenient.
yeah. So everything's there, all your stores and like all that stuff. So you wouldn't have to come home and park in the parking garage, and you can just go get all your chicken, all your food, your milk, your cereal. You can get everything, all your fruits and vegetables. You can just get it right and then get back in the elevator and go right back to your apartment, and you're good. Yeah.
It
So
seems like other countries got things figured out a lot better than we do.
and another thing about being overseas is like a lot of the malls, a lot of the malls over here, they have major grocery stores inside of them. So you go to the mall, you can eat, you can shop in the mall, then you go to the grocery store, which is like the size of Walmart in a lot of them, big grocery stores, and then you get in your car and then you come home. So it's like you just go and make one stop and you do everything all in one little place, and all this is inside the malls. Yeah,
I might be more apt to do something if I only had to make one stop. I hate once
yeah,
I get in the car, I don't want to stop once.
yeah. Me
But if I
neither. I
could
want to
get
go
it all
home.
done with one, then I might be
Yeah,
more likely to do things. But
yeah.
um, have you seen? Any Kentucky gear out there besides you?
No, you know what? I actually ran into somebody, and I don't want to mess up his name. I think his first name is Brian. I was in Bahrain, and I saw a Kentucky fan in Bahrain, and he actually watched my show. So I was just like, that's pretty cool. So actually, that happened twice. I was at a brunch, and also I was at the store, so I saw two different guys. The first guy he didn't know about my show, but the second guy said, "Yeah, man, I watched your show." I was like, "Cool,
Hey,
go Cats!"
that's when you can put in your description that you're worldwide.
Yeah, well, I like to. I stay humble with it.
Oh,
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
have to, but I mean, you're doing well. You're doing well. Your shows, I mean, they keep my attention, and that's not easy to do sometimes.
yeah.
So you're doing a heck of a job with it. So maybe one day it can pay
Thank
your
you.
bills.
Uh, I would love to give up this one day. I don't know how long I'm going to keep doing this,
What do you
but
actually do?
my new job is I'm in aviation.
Okay.
So and I'm in aviation logistics. So we actually take care in in Saudi we take care of their helicopters. When I come here, we're gonna be taking care of their F-15s,
So it's just like maintenance.
maintenance, logistics, and all that kind of stuff that goes along with it. Yeah, but we do all the we do all the work and stuff for them while they just fly the plane.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
You all do the hard stuff. They do the fun stuff.
yeah, yeah, pretty much. Now we got some Americans who are like test pilots or whatever, and let's just say they ain't hurting for money at all.
For just being a test pilot.
They ain't hurting at all. They get a crazy amount of money. Yeah, they get a lot of money.
So, what is the exchange rate like from American
Uh,
dollars to?
Believe it or not, like the average stuff over here, like food and that kind of stuff, that stuff is actually cheaper than it is in the States. Gas is cheaper. Like I can fill up my car for like $29.
Wow.
When it's just, and I know you guys can't do that right now, so I apologize to you guys. Yeah, I know it's a little bit
That
more.
only get me half tank.
So I've been in Saudi for a year, and the gas price hasn't changed one time. Yeah, so it's the exchange rate is not too bad. You know what I'm saying? Eating out is not too bad as well. All that stuff is pretty reasonable. Yeah.
Yeah, I always kind of heard that it seemed like everything was a lot cheaper
Yeah. Some things. Some things.
what about like healthcare and
Our healthcare plan that we get over here, it's it's
pennies?
Very pennies, like small pennies.
Free?
Oh, pretty much. Yep. I got a buddy over here who works in the oil business, and his insurance is he goes and gets all that stuff done and pays $0. Get X-rays, MRIs, and thank you. Have a good day.
Jeez.
Yeah, we don't have that in the States. That's for sure.
And I'll be honest with you, as a teacher, we have pretty good health care, but it's only like 80%.
Yeah.
And same thing even like with medicines and your prescriptions and stuff. I mean, they try to give you the generic version, which makes it a lot cheaper, but it's not like at Canada and some of those places where they have free health care. It's
Well, and like over here, it's like we get almost 100 days, of sick leave.
a year.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn, you're only working a third of the year. You're overpaid, Big Mike.
Yeah, we get they give us a lot of sick days.
See, we get 10, and they roll over if you don't use them.
Yeah, we get a lot of we get a lot of sick days. That's for sure. Whole lot of them. Like just take a sick day. People take a sick day like once a week sometimes. Yep.
I mean, yeah, because you could actually take almost 2 a week, 52 weeks in a year, and I'm sure you get other holidays off, Christmas.
No, we don't get none of that off.
No,
we don't get none of that off. And you just go to the doctor and be like, I just need a day off. Okay, you need a note? Okay, here's your note. Have a good day. That's it.
Well, we've got a couple people on here that want a job, so they want to know if you can hook them up with a job.
He said, hook a brother up. For real.
And hey, it must be a Chris thing because this Chris here says, I'm unemployed right now. He wants a job too.
Yeah. Chris, come here. What's your skill set?
You got to have a degree to do aviation maintenance and.
No, you don't need a degree. I know being in the past military helps, but there's plenty of people who wasn't even military who was able. I just think it's just a matter of getting through the door, and it took me 10 years even after I retired of the Navy to actually get my foot in the door. So now it's kind of like once you in. But I do wonder how much longer I do have of doing.
Is it like just hard on the body, just like back breaking?
You know what? I honestly really, really would love to really do this full time. But I don't talk about numbers a lot on my show.
Well, no, and I wouldn't dare ask.
So I'm no. As meaning like YouTube subscribers and viewers and stuff like that. I try not to really beg people. I do the normal, hey, subscribe or whatever. But this is one of those situations where with YouTube, if you want YouTube to pay you, or in the sense of to be able to walk away from your job, it does require you to have a lot of YouTube subscribers and a lot of views and like stuff like that. Because I'm always grateful for what I got, but unfortunately, like the numbers that I have, it's those that number that I have, and anybody at this level, it's hard to I'm not a Shannon Sharp, so I don't have his numbers.
Well, and
Like
that's
yeah,
I was looking at something the other day, and they were somebody had. I mean, this person had like 1.2 million subscribers
yeah,
and something, and like each show was getting like 600,000 views or whatever. But I was reading something else about, just there's, I guess these people do these little short 12, 13-minute videos about, want to make money on YouTube. Here's some tips or whatever. And I didn't realize that YouTube takes 30%.
Ooh, I didn't know
Like
that.
if you have a, like say you have a $1.99 member option,
Yeah.
then they're taking 30% of that $1.99 for each member.
Ooh, I
So
didn't know that.
you're getting $1.40.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
I mean, but just imagine the money YouTube's making.
Yeah, YouTube's making a lot of money.
All right,
Uh,
Big Mike, Crash wants to put you on the spot.
who's my starting five? Is this
This is assuming,
that we get Milan?
yeah,
See, this is tough for me, because I always ask the question: does Milan, is he a 4 or is he a 3?
same
He's a 4.
question I have.
Yeah. So if he's a 3, then you wouldn't be bringing him in, spending as much money on Milan for him not to start. And so, which means, are you going to move Cam to the 2? But I don't think you brought Wilkins in here to be, come off the bench neither. We know the only safe people right now seem to be Diallo and Moreno. Those two, they seem to be the two safest. But even Wilkins seems like he's a lock for a start too as well. So it's really hard to really answer that question, because Njai, are you gonna bring him off the bench, and let him come in as a backup for a 4?
I've
This is
actually seen some things about McBride possibly starting. They think
exactly.
they
You
think
see
he
what I'm
may be
saying?
farther along. NJ's ceiling obviously is higher than what McBride's
Yeah,
is, but right now, with just McBride being a little bit older and stronger, but
yeah.
I mean, some people said Cam may play the 4, Milan the 3, then go with. I don't see the world where Zoom and Wilkins don't start.
And
And
here's
then
the
you got
thing.
Hawthorne. I mean,
Yeah,
we've not
exactly.
seen
So
him though. I mean, I've not seen him in game like situations, but
yeah, it's not. But see, then you got, I don't think Cam wants to be at the 4 though. I don't want, because Sam. So
I don't
I don't
either.
think, even though he played it last year and he helped, I don't think he really wants to be as a, was he 6'8", I think. I don't think he really wants to be on the bottom banking with 6'11" guys. You see what I'm saying? So
No,
it's kind of like,
I think he's a
yeah,
perimeter. He's a wing.
yeah. So I think he's either going to play. I don't know if you even use them a lot at the 1 a whole lot this year. I don't think you may. Hopefully you don't have to. But a 2 or 3 is right around where he wants to stay at in those two positions. So with that being said, if Milan's coming, I don't know how you don't. And
He's
if he's a
starting.
4, then let's assume he's a 4. Then that means that we're going to start Diallo, we're going to start Wilkins, and we're going to start Cam at the 3. We're going to start Milan, and then you're going to start Moreno. To me,
I think that's the lineup.
I think that's the obvious lineup. Now, if you're talking about starting Milan at the 3, then I think you push what's the name to the bench, because I just don't see them starting Cam at the 4. He could be at the 4, but I just,
I
like,
think
I
he's
don't know.
definitely undersized in the SEC of 4, but
Yeah,
it just seems like, and I think Pope learned from last year was I don't think he wants to be stuck in a position to where he doesn't have the depth. Last
yes,
year he didn't have it at the point position. He's got 4 point guards on the roster, and Morton can even play some point. Um,
yes,
but I think the people that are going to suffer the most from Milan committing is I think Morton's minutes drop, and I think probably Njai. I really do, or Hawthorne, one of those two. But I guess I've been led to believe that Hawthorne's pretty good. I've not seen. I know he's athletic. He was a top 30 player in his class coming out of high school. But I guess the good news is we have enough players at each position that injury shouldn't be that big of a factor. But then again, can you have two? Yeah, you're right. We don't want to say that word on here either. But do we also want to? I mean, is there such thing as having too many players? You can't keep them all happy, and they're not going to go 10 deep all year long.
Okay, so let me ask you this question then. What's one of the biggest gripes that people had last year about Coach Pope?
Substitution.
Substitution. So because of that, did he listen to the noise? Did he listen to what everybody was complaining about? And if so, does he implement that this year? And if he implements this year, then that's when you start seeing like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to just take you out at the 3-minute mark, 3 minutes into the half. I'm going to leave you in longer, which means that's going to push everybody else on the bench. That's going to push them back a little bit further too. And then what happens is, well, I'm going to put you guys in the game now. I can't just take you right out of the ball game. So now I got to leave you in. So now these guys right here, then now they got to set even longer. So this year is going to be tricky on, and I've said this on my show before. It's going to be interesting to see how Coach Pope actually deals with all of this, because everyone said he had a bad substitution problem, and if he got a bad problem, then how does he make everybody happy this year? You know what I'm saying? So,
and we just talked about that a little bit before you came on. Was like, if you try to go 10 deep all year, then your best players aren't getting enough time because you're trying to find minutes for everybody.
Yes.
I think 8, 9 deep. I mean, I just feel like 10. I was one of the ones that complained a little bit about the substitution, just for the fact that it seems like when players got hot, that's when they came out for a few minutes. And I just don't understand why. Sometimes as a coach, we almost have to play by feel. If somebody's playing well, we've got to kind of let them cook a little bit.
Yeah. I like that comment by yes, I was just looking at that one. That's the one I was getting ready to comment on. And see, that's another issue. Like if these players are getting, if they're gonna play these guys this much, this kind of money, then those are like, I'm paying you starter position money. Now, if you come in and if you don't live up to that, now that's different. Then I'm on, then okay, look, you're still gonna get your money, but this guy, he's out playing you. So I gotta put him over you.
And that's the thing. I think Njai, I know, got 2 years. I don't know what McBride. I never did hear what he got or what his contract details were. I just think I think Njai is definitely going to get the opportunity first. I just think from what I've seen from McBride is it's going to be hard to keep him off the floor. He plays hard. He's got that big body. He plays a little bit bigger than what he really is as far as and I think rebounding could be an issue. So we're going to need somebody in there because Momcilovic isn't a great rebounder. He's not somebody's going to, I know his size is there, but he's not going to get 10, 11 rebounds. He plays a lot on the perimeter offensively, so that takes away offensive rebounds. But, and I've sit here and I've tried to think of possible starting lineups, but every time I put one together, I'm thinking, I'm leaving that person out. I'm leaving that one out. But, and as a coach, I said this earlier tonight, I don't like labeling someone a starter. I want it to be earned in practice. But when you get money involved, they gave Njai starter money. So it's going to be hard for him, and he may come in and kill it. He looked really good in the highlight films that we showed.
Yeah.
I mean,
How about as my co-host BC says a lot, everybody looks like a superstar on the highlight films.
I've said, it's funny because when I first got into coaching, the colleges always asked for send me a highlight, send me a highlight, send me a highlight. Well, nowadays they don't want highlights; they want to see whole games. They're like, nobody ever misses in highlights. They're shooting 100%, coach. I was like, in highlights they're going to. I'm not going to send you highlights of a kid missing.
Yep.
No,
it's never a problem.
but how many of those kids you going to be able to keep next year when they're not going to get the minutes that they want? They're not going to stay around now with NIL. They're going to go somewhere where they can play.
Well, I don't know if the new bill is passed, they won't. Well, if the new bill is passed, maybe they will. I'm not sure how that's going to work for next year.
Talking about
I'm
that
not sure
5-for-5 thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to start in effect for next year. So if you transfer next year, then that's your one-time transfer. So I'm not sure how that's going to go into effect.
Icon, but I know Njai, the wording in his contract said 2 years, but if he were to leave after 1 year, he'd have to pay some of it back. So it still doesn't necessarily lock him down for 2 years, because I think Momcilovic has 2 years left he can play. I heard they were giving him a 2-year contract. I don't know if he's in college 2 more years, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he's going to get much better to where his draft stock in the NBA rises much. I think the player he is now is the player he's going to be. He's going to knock down open threes consistently. I don't know if he's ever going to get much more physical than what he is. And I heard that the NBA told him that he needs to really work on improving his interior game. I'm not so sure that's his game. I don't think he gets to where he's at right now having an interior game. He's where he's at now because they can shoot 50%.
Yeah. Well, if you go back and look at he's in the NBA now. He came here. He was here a couple of years ago. I can't Antonio Reeves.
Yeah.
The first year, the first year he was at Kentucky, he was a good shooter. The second year he worked on his going in his little
floater.
His little floater, and he improved all of that all around. So if he can do something like that in this offseason and work on that and really, really take that to heart, that could be a really big plus for us as well too, because then you really got to respect all his all around. And if we got guys down there who is rebounding on a regular basis, I would love to see Milan hit the board too as well. But if we're not getting that out of him and the other guys are really contributing, Cam, Reno, McBride, if
Frank the Tank.
Ooh, see, we haven't even talked
about him. And he's a grown man.
He's a grown dude. And right now, one of the guys that's kind of looking on the outside in, people don't want to hear this, but Trent Noah. It's like where does you know what I'm saying? It's like where does Trent Noah fit in all of this?
He was our best rebounder at times last year. I said that. Like he would get in there and get a tough rebound. If he could I know what kind of shooter he is. I watched him in the finals of the state tournament against Travis Perry.
Yeah.
I mean, he scored 40-some points in the semifinals, and I don't know if he even hit the rim. I know he can shoot it. I don't know what's I know Kentucky's a different level. I get it. But
it's in his mind.
Yeah, mental plays a big part of it. But I can tell you, if he starts knocking down an open shot, it'll be hard to keep him off the floor. Because that's true. But I don't think our coaching staff is going to pay them starter money if they don't expect them to start. And that's just me. I could be wrong. I don't know what conversations they're having in that room with locking them down. But it's
Well, hey, Kel, hey, what's going on, buddy? In my mind, when I look at this and when I look at how much these players are getting, it's hard to imagine now. Like Frank, we know Frank. Well, of course, he can compete with Malachi a little bit, but let's be real, Malachi is going to start. But when you look at somebody like Frank, that's probably coming off the bench, 99.9%, he's probably coming off the bench. And if you pay him good money, you're not often going to be like, hey, I'm going to pay you an absurd amount of money, but you're coming off the bench. And
that's why I said earlier that I don't like to label somebody a starter, a bench player, a role player, whatever. I like that stuff to be earned because, think about it. If you're told going into practice that you're a bench player and you already know that, what's motivating you to work hard? You may be out playing the guy you're going against every day, but you've already been told you're a bench player. Yep. And I know at the college level, it's a lot different than the NBA level, high school level that I'm at. I get it. But, the conversations I have with my players are nothing like these conversations that these guys are having. But I think anytime you put a label on somebody, there's some kind of hindrance, no matter what it is. And
absolutely. And I think when you are mentally trying to play for a starting spot, then that's when you make everybody around you better, because that's when you're practicing your best basketball. It's because I feel like I'm working towards something. So if I'm working towards something, then that means I got to try to outdo you. I love you. You my teammate, but in practice, I'm trying to show you up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not hurt you or nothing like that, but I'm trying to
Between the
go out.
lines, there are no
Yeah,
friends,
absolutely. And this is, I want to be on the floor just as much as you want to be on the floor, and I need to prove that I belong on the floor. So I'm going to go out here and I'm going to play as definitely as hard as I can.
Absolutely. And I think, honestly, I think the whole team gets better when everybody has that mindset in practice, because that
Yes.
ultimately, you got to be challenged in practice to improve. And the
Yes.
guys that are gym rats that are going to spend some time in the gym by themselves, if the only time these guys are picking up a basketball is practice, then they're probably not getting better anyhow. But you definitely got to have somebody that would push you or challenge you to get better. And I think we actually, we've not even mentioned, like you said, we didn't even mention Frank Kepnong, and we mentioned Noah. You put together our best 10. That's probably two pretty good fives. They ought to be able
Yes.
to work out in practice.
They should.
Not even
They
talking
should
about
be.
Mason Williams, and I hear he can play.
Yeah. It should be it should be a dogfight at practice. Yep. They
And
should be sore after practice.
I just want, somebody asked the question earlier. If Kentucky had to win one game this year, would you rather it be Arkansas, Louisville, or Kansas? What would you say to that question?
Ooh, man. Wow, that's tough. I think you answered Arkansas earlier.
Yeah, I did.
Oh man, dude. I think the way we was trolled by Kansas, I think I'd want to beat Kansas.
That's a good point. Stokes made us look silly, and it was all purposeful too.
Yeah, it was, and even after he decided, or even after he announced, it was still some lingering. Let me throw a little bit more dust in their face on my way completely out the door. But I mean, that's tough considering what Louisville did to us last year. That definitely want to beat those guys because we at home this year against Louisville.
Right.
So it may come down between Kansas and Louisville. And the only reason that I throw Louisville in there is because we at home and we don't want them to beat us at their house and then come back to Lexington and beat us again, because we don't know what we're gonna do in football this year. So let's hope that we get a win in basketball.
Well, and since you brought up football, and the only reason I said Arkansas is because I'm tired of there's some people that claim to be Kentucky fans, but they're really John Calipari fans.
Yes.
They still got BBN in their headers and profiles, their bios on Twitter or whatever, but yet they take every chance to praise Arkansas now and dog Pope. But talking about football, I'm worried, knowing the small percentage of our fan base, how they treat Pope after a loss. I'm wondering how much grace they give Stein. Stein's done everything right in the recruiting world. He's got players. He's got 4 stars. He's put together a roster in such a short time that's probably going to be competitive. But they got the second toughest schedule in college football, not just the SEC, college football. Yeah. And granted, a lot of those games are conference games, but I wonder how long it takes for Big Blue Nation just to. I don't know. I hope they give him some grace, but man. Because that small portion that act like that, they're so much louder than the rest of the fan base.
Yes, they are.
Yep. And I guess, the louder voices get fed or heard or whatever you want to say. But I hope they really give, because Stein's done everything right so far.
And I'm definitely holding my breath to see how that all turns out. Yeah. I mean, even though it's year one, some people are going to be like, it's year one or bust.
And that's the thing. Now, I think if they give him some grace, give him a little bit of time here, I think he can get us the players that get us in. We can be in that top 12 playoff contention. I don't know if it happens in year one. Kel seems to think it does. Me and Kel are going to disagree on this. But I'm going to watch every show and I'm going to cheer for him. But I just can't. like everybody thinks it's a given to beat Alabama in week 2. They're still Alabama. It may not be Nick Saban's Alabama, but it's Alabama. That's about like saying that Ole Miss or Mississippi State, should beat Kentucky. I don't know if they should ever, but I don't know. I hope the football fans that are diehard football fans that travel everywhere, all these away games to support, because I do think it's a different fan base for a little bit different. I mean, a lot of the same fans, but some of them are different. I just hope they'll give Stein just give him a little bit of leeway.
Yeah. Hey, Carl. Yes, he's definitely won everywhere that he's been at. That's for sure. But one thing about it, though, I don't know the history of his head coaching stuff, but it's a lot different when you step into that head coaching job, especially in the SEC. And only thing that you had to worry about was your offense and your quarterback. Now you got to worry about every single function of a Power 4 school, and that's a different ball game.
That's special teams, offense, defense. Everything.
It's all on your shoulders now, and you didn't have to do that when you was offensive coordinator. You just had one little small portion of the team, and you was done. You didn't get the late phone calls at night, or you didn't have to deal with the press.
And I just he's always going to get the offensive talent because I think people are going to love to play in that offensive system. It's kind of wide open. I think he's got his quarterbacks for the next couple of years, barring any kind of transfers or whatever. So I think he's always going to be able to that side of the ball. I guess the defense will, we'll have to wait and see for that. But, what you said is 100% right. It's a lot easier making decisions from chair number 2
than
it is from chair number 1. Chair number 2 ain't catching hell in the papers and press conferences and social media after every game. But I really like Will Stein. I really like what he's doing. I just hope our fans will at least, if you remember, it kind of reminds me of how Stoops started out. Stoops came in from day one, started getting these players. Now, granted, they struggled a little bit there for a while, but they went to 5 or 6 straight bowls. I know he won 4 straight bowl games or whatever.
Yeah.
But I really do think that with the new system expanding to 12 teams, that I really do believe that they can make that. I mean,
well, it's going to be interesting. Once again, I'm excited about the football team. I haven't really followed it a whole lot, maybe like I should have, because I think so much has been going on with basketball. But football season is next up, and we just got to wish for the best for these guys. And it's Alabama, and for every 4-star we get, then they'll line a 5-star up. Beside it, you know what I mean?
Well, so, and I think some of that too is, of course, there's going to be some excitement for Kentucky in the first few games because it is kind of a new coach, a new program, or a new era, so to speak. But however, it's like too, Alabama's lining up that day expecting to beat Kentucky, a mental thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is Kentucky. This is Kentucky. I don't care how good their players are. This is Kentucky, and Kentucky at some point in time, some of their players may have the mindset too of, this is still Alabama. This is still national championship caliber. But, I'm excited about football. I definitely think it makes Saturdays a lot better or a lot more fun when Kentucky football is competitive.
Yes, it is.
But I was kind of a little disappointed that KS Bar was shutting down. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that, man.
I really like their food. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they have some good food, bro. They have some good food in there. Yeah.
But I also saw where they said they would try to open for some game days. I used to go there to watch some of the football games, just like the atmosphere but I thought I heard Matt Jones say or tweet that when it opened on game days, it may be under new ownership. Yes. So did he sell it?
I don't know if he sold it. I have no idea, honestly, how that all went down.
I don't either.
I just saw. I was like, I saw one of the videos from Mario. I was like, "Hey, Spark closing?"
That's what
I had to go. Yes, I was like, "What?" Okay.
Because honestly, it surprised me because usually everything that Matt Jones touches kind of turns to gold. He's everything he gets his hands on. Like when he first started with OVW, they end up on a Netflix documentary.
Yeah,
And then KS Bar, of course, everything gets old after a while, but when you would see some of the crowds at KS Bar on a game day, you're thinking, how are they not making money? Of course, I'm sure a lot of the inventory and stuff gets expensive, but yeah.
Yeah.
Are you talking about football 502 or are you talking about basketball? Because there's a lot of basketball teams already paid $30 million. You don't really hear as much about NIL in football.
I just hope that we're not in the narrative of being one of the teams that paid a whole lot of money this year. And,
well, I told the guys earlier on here, I said, go ahead and start bookmarking all your tweets. Go ahead and start screenshotting. I said, when these teams that jumped us last year for every game we lost because we had a $22 million roster, I said, every time they lose a game this year, go ahead and throw that tweet at them because there's about 15 teams that probably spent more than we have right now.
Yeah.
Which may have ultimately helped us with Momchilovich. Because I don't think a lot of those teams had money. I know Louisville's. Did you see where their athletic administration put out something saying that their athletic department was like in the hole like $30 million and they would not recover it out of the general fund?
And I asked that question: how in the world are they trying to pay Milan if for what they already spent this year?
That's what I'm saying. Like when they kept saying they were, Jody Demling put out something who kind of like the liaison between the team and social media, and then Mike Rutherford put out something. They both basically said the same thing. Louisville is not in any position to recruit him very hard. They're not even in the mix. But then everything you say or everything you read and see is between Kentucky and Louisville. So I'm thinking, how does Louisville even have any money?
Yeah, how are they gonna pay those guys, man? I have no idea. Because they brought over the Kansas guy, then they got the high school guy who reclassified, and it's like, where are they getting this money from?
Well, yeah, they got and I was shocked. Me and Crash were talking on here one day about, after they paid Badunga all that money, and then Okeezy. I mean, I never thought I thought he'd go to Maryland just because Louisville already had their starting center. I thought they're not paying him. He's a 5-star out of high school, one of the best players in the country. He's not coming there to sit. And then Crash was like, actually, he said that, he was all right sitting. I'm like, well, get that kid then, because there ain't many high schoolers that are all right sitting.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you're reclassing to come to play now. You're not reclassing to come and sit on the bench. So it's gonna be interesting just to see how this year unfolds for all teams. But I'm definitely. We got Zoom Diallo.
Josh has said this comment a few times. Do you know what this means?
We got Zoom Diallo and what up? And like, hey Josh, I don't know what I mean. Yeah, we got Zoom as the starting point guard. I'm not really sure.
We've had Zoom for a couple months now, Josh.
Yeah, I'm not.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I didn't know what you were trying to say, so I didn't put it up on the screen, Josh. I wasn't trying to ignore it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure. Yeah. Or do we get another? Do we got
a Zoom? Another Zoom that I'm not for sure about?
We got a Zoom Diallo 2.0.
Dilio. We got a Diallo and a Dilio. Well, that'd get confusing for our fan base.
It would. He must be talking about he must plays like Rob Dillingham a little bit. I don't know. Could that be what he's saying? I don't know. That's very scripted.
But if he plays like Rob Dillingham, we'll probably like him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
WKRP's. How's the fan, Big Mike?
Hey, everybody's doing well, man. Everybody's doing well. I'm over here in Qatar, just kind of looking at a few apartments and stuff, and just trying to get an idea about the region, or as far as the country goes. It's beautiful over here too, and my wife and I will be able to sit back and look at online at apartments and stuff and kind of have a little bit better idea as far as where we might want to live out here in town or here in the country. Yeah.
So how long before they can come out?
Well, I resigned from the job here. It just depends on how long it takes for them to get me out. And then I go home and I have to close down my house and everything and get it ready to set.
So when you come back, the family will come with you?
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah, they'll come with me then. So, yeah.
So is the family all big UK fans?
Well, my wife, she's a UK fan because of me. She's not really a big sports person, but me and my daughter, we go hard with it.
Yeah, Carl
Yeah,
said you had to get her back on the call-in show.
yeah, yeah. So, yeah, we go hard with it as well. She plays high school basketball as well too.
Where's she?
Yeah,
Or is she in Tennessee? Did you say?
yes. So, the school that we're looking at over here, they're supposed to have a pretty good basketball team too as well. Yeah.
You
So
don't
I'm
hear
looking.
much about high school basketball in Saudi Arabia. You
Yeah.
know, like hell over there, she can probably be on the Olympic team at 15 or 16.
Well, hey, we might want to slow down a little bit for her. Slow down a little bit.
Okay.
Uh, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't really know what they really have in Saudi, but here in Qatar at the high school they have a basketball team. So she's but it's we got to get her into the school, and it's a lot to get her into the school. And I'm glad that the company is paying, but it's really expensive a year. Like
Is it
so,
do they speak English as a primary language or
yeah. It's like a lot of the teachers are from Houston, and like the Houston area, they come over and they teach, and so it's all kind of it's American teachers. It's actually teachers from like all over the world.
do they do it
Uh,
online like through like a
no, no,
like
no,
this?
no,
No?
no. They have classrooms, a building, and everything. Oh yeah, really nice campus and everything. Really, it's
So they have
completely.
universities and everything just like
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah. They have universities and everything over here.
that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it ain't. It's definitely not what the TV shows you, and so
Right.
it's when you get over here, you be like, man, I'm gonna because like even like the buildings, the architecture, they are they are definitely a few steps ahead of America when it comes to that. Oh yeah, really. It's a lot of money being spent over here on that kind of stuff.
Listen, Kenny Brooks is putting together a squad, man.
Oh, bro, I cannot wait. I can't remember a time when I've been so like. Look, if we don't do any, look, Kenny Brooks, look at me. I'm talking to Kenny Brooks. If we don't do anything else this year, you better sweep Vandy, please, please sweep Vandy.
Didn't they lose two heartbreakers to Vandy last year?
I think they lost by a total of 3 points in 2 games.
Yeah.
Heartache, bro. And we led in some of those too, down the stretch, and we just couldn't that. But
Yeah, I think one of those
yeah,
games we may have hit a shot under 30 seconds or something to take a lead. And I think
yeah.
they may have hit a shot at the buzzer.
I think it was the second game. It
Was
was.
that was
Yep.
that at Kentucky or at Vandy?
I think that was actually at Kentucky because they
I
played
do
at
too.
Vandy first. Yeah, that was a heartbreaker, bro. Yeah,
Yeah, oh man, um he's definitely come in and raised the bar.
yeah, he has, and the basketball is so much fun, man. It really is. So, I think we got a player from. We got one of our players. One of the transfers came from UConn as well too.
Yeah, I
So
saw that.
yeah, so we have to
It,
see, and of course we got the lady from the WNBA, the 10th overall draft pick for the
yeah,
WNBA.
that just
So, uh,
that just seems crazy to me.
so
She's
I
like a
look
six
for.
four point guard, man.
I can't wait, bro. Don't shoot me for saying this, but I think I'm actually a little bit more looking forward to women's basketball than men's this year.
I'm not going.
Hey,
Hey, I coach high school girls, man. I'm not because I listen. I'm watching WNBA right now,
yeah. Oh, they
and
good, man.
this Jessica Shepard for the Dallas Wings tonight had 22 points, 20 rebounds, 10 assists.
God,
I
she
think she's
killed
a
it, didn't she?
guard. I think she's a guard. 20 rebounds.
She killing it, ain't she?
Yeah, I ain't
Hey,
never heard of her.
be like, pay her if you're not already.
Yeah, I wonder if Kentucky can recruit her.
I know, right? Don't play no
And
more
that's the
games.
thing. That's the thing too. When I know the NCAA is trying to crack down now, but it just absolutely recruiting all these guys with G League contracts, and it just
Yeah. I just don't know if it's safe. You know, I just like it's not clear 1,000% clear of what that really looks like as far as this is okay to do this. And the
Right.
thing the thing that I didn't want is for Coach Pope to go out and get a player, sign him, bring him to Kentucky. 3 games in, oh well, you can't play anymore, and then we don't have anybody to fill that spot because you're not going to be able to bring nobody in. That was the only part because it's not clear across the board what's really okay and what's kind of borderline, and that's questionable.
I agree. Chuck
Yeah.
wants to know what you're fixing us for breakfast.
Actually, I'm going to go downstairs here in a few minutes and get me something to eat. I went to bed kind of early last night. I actually skipped dinner. I
Well,
was
you
just too
just tell
tired
us
of it.
when you need to go, Mike. I
Yeah,
mean, we stay on here
uh,
till 2, 3, 1,
yeah.
5. It don't matter.
Hey, do your thing, bro.
Hey,
Yeah. So I skipped dinner last night so I can catch up on some rest, man. I just back in Saudi, I'm going so much, and now that I'm here, I just like okay. When I'm not out looking for an apartment, I'm just going to sleep and just get some rest. So, uh,
listen, sleeping
yeah,
to me is one of the best things you can do. If sleeping was a sport, I'm probably all state. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah. He said I'm off
All
stage.
state. I might be even a gold medalist. I don't know. I
Yeah.
like to do it.
So, so sign me up. LSU basketball is going to be destroyed if we can't play all the players.
LSU's probably the reason the NCAA is trying to get a handle on this thing.
I guess so, man. Yeah, it's
I mean,
like I
Will
said,
Wade is just, of course, he's sketchy anyhow.
sketchy Wade. Yeah,
Shady. Holly calls him Shady Will Wadey.
that sounds about right.
I mean, yeah, he's been caught cheating enough. Now it's legal to cheat, you know.
He said, "Well, and he ain't going after no young guys neither. He's going after older, experienced guys
And
and
I
see if
think that's kind of what Michigan did, and it kind of was a success. They started 5 guys out of the portal, older guys, and I think that might, and that to me, oh yeah, that's the only thing I've agreed with Goodman on in a while. Goodman ain't said nothing positive about Kentucky in half a year probably, but he went in on Will Wade. I know that. He said it wasn't all about Will Wade and that he was turning college basketball into a big shit show or something. I mean, he literally went in on him, and
sure.
I'm not a Goodman fan at all. Hey, Chris wants an application. He wants a job. He wants to move out there and get him a job.
What do you do now, Chris?
He said he was in the military a while ago. He mentioned that he has past military experience, but as a Navy, I think.
You in the Navy?
Or I think he's out, but
no. He was in the Navy?
Yeah. I'll put it up there when he replies here.
All right, shipmate. What's up, buddy? No, CNC machinist. I have no idea what that is. I am so sorry.
I don't either.
I'm so sorry. You got
hey, you're speaking above us.
Yeah, you speak English, please.
He said he was a GSM in the Navy.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, hey, shipmate. Hey, thanks for your service, man. Thank you. I was Navy too. All right. That was GSM. That was a was that GSM. That was a ship rating. I know that for a fact. That wasn't an aviation rating. Use a GSM. We gotta talk about GSM. I gotta look that up, man. GSM. Because I didn't do a lot of time on the ship because it didn't have my name on the side of it. So I said it's no need for me to go.
Gas turbine systems technician, mechanical.
Ooh, okay, so you can
just look at it. Look. Yeah. I read it on Google as he was typing it, but I can tell you this.
What's that?
That's got too many multiple syllable words in it for me to know what it means.
For like, I'm mechanically inclined a little bit, so I can type some numbers. I can put some data in, but I can't really turn too many wrenches.
I can sit behind that desk and do what you tell me to do.
Yeah, for real.
As long as it's air conditioned.
What season do you think? I tell you what, we can't do. We can't play on Wednesday afternoon no more. Wednesday evening no more.
That's
I
for
might not
sure.
know. I might not know a whole lot about what he should and shouldn't do, but we can't play on Wednesday no more. Man, playing on a Wednesday, that that messes up everybody's plans.
Listen, I know people from around me that go every year. Like
Yeah.
that's like their vacation. They spend
Yes.
enough money on this, and a lot of them can't go down till Friday because of their work.
Yes.
They
Yep.
were going down Friday this year, and Kentucky was out before they ever got down there. They still went because they'd already bought the tickets, and they were complaining, cussing. I'm like, I mean, I said, I guess that's a mistake you make.
I know, right?
I mean,
So, but
yeah,
but
you're right. He
that's
can do a
true
lot of
though.
things wrong this year, but he can't play on Wednesday anymore.
He can't play on Wednesday no more because of the reason that you just
And
said.
wasn't
A
that
lot
the
of people.
first time in program history they played on, or it can't be the first time in history, but
I think I saw that somewhere that was the first time that Kentucky played on opening day of the SEC tournament. That's
wow.
crazy.
I think I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy to imagine all the success that Kentucky's had, and now they playing on a Wednesday. That is, as I like to say, that is so not Kentucky.
And that's why, you're saying though, Kentucky's the gold standard, but the last few years, and I still think when it comes to clicks, when it
Yeah,
comes to, they still move the needle. If
yeah.
Jeff
Oh,
Goodman
big
wants
time.
clicks, he'll put something out about Kentucky that ain't true because he knows the people are going to respond.
Yeah, yep. It is, and I don't. For me, I don't like to do that. I don't want to be a show who's just, oh well, don't listen to this show. They're just doing it for clicks. No,
But
man. I'm no. I
I
don't want
try
to
to,
do.
I try to put out a graphic that whatever's hot with Kentucky sports is what I usually try to talk
Yeah,
about.
Christopher Perry, how you doing, man? I see you. I think we gotta at least get past. Not trying to be negative, but I just speak the truth. Mark Pope sitting record is Kentucky, just the wrong ones. Yeah, he doesn't have some of his
Um,
some of the milestones that he has, like
did
playing on a Wednesday and little stuff like that.
But
Those
didn't
are
he
those are
also
not
win
good.
more games against top 15 or something his first year? He said
Yes,
something
he did.
most
Yep,
wins.
sure did.
And I just
Um,
feel like the first year team he had was just better chemistry, just the pieces
yeah,
fit better. Last year, I know he had some things that didn't go his way, the roster management, the construction, the unfortunate and untimely people that, like Quaintons. I was
yeah,
mad they signed him because I think they knew deep down that he wasn't going to play a lot.
yeah.
I think they probably expected more than 4 games out of him, but his knee sure doesn't look swollen in the NBA combine, taking the ball underneath his legs and dunking it left and right.
Dude, that dude he was a beast in his combine workout.
You
Yep.
ain't lying, Jay. You're saying a word in your comment that we're not going to put on the screen because Big Mike's already got on me for saying it, so I'm not going to put it up there because I'll be likely to say it, and that's a bad
Yeah.
word this year. We're not talking about that this year.
Gotta be. So, they can always join the KSI crew.
Who could join the KSR crew at John Bon Jovi's bar? And you talk about the Kentucky guys at the SEC. Believe me, when they go down there, they're throwing back more than shots. They're
Yeah.
spending a lot of money down there, but when they're
Yeah.
going, listen, they went down there this year and didn't go to a game. Kentucky's already out. They sold their tickets and just partied. They said, I ain't going to a game if I can't watch Kentucky play.
For real. Like, I don't need to do that. For real.
And by the time they got down there, Kentucky had already been out 24 hours. I mean,
That's a hard pill to swallow.
it is.
Yeah. Same state and only live 20 minutes apart. Hey, what's up, Chris? Absolutely. Fireball Peak is I expected JQ for conference play. Yeah, it would have been nice to have him for conference play. It would have been. But at that particular point, I don't think his corner was going to let him do that.
And that's who I think it was. I think if it was up to Quains, he would have played.
Yeah, I do too.
Think he's kind of a competitor. I mean, but I don't. Yeah. I think he had too many people in his ear. They always call him the handler or agent or whoever.
Yeah.
But his draft stock dropped anyhow from not playing. It may have dropped farther. I give you that.
Yeah.
What's OJP?
That's why I'm with Pope 2 or 3 years, 3 and say we had 0 healthy point guards in March. I get the criticism, but hot seat climate is too much in my opinion.
I mean, I kind of agree. I mean, compare what Pope's done his first 2 years at Kentucky to what Cal's done his first 2 years at Arkansas. I think you could argue that Pope may have a better resume.
because he actually won some big games in his first year. Now I think what Coach Cal went
Cal
to,
went farther in the tournament this year, right?
he went to Elite Eight. I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
Did they get
yeah.
beat pretty bad in the Elite Eight, or did
They
they have a
lost.
chance to go to the Final Four?
They had a chance. Yeah, I don't think they got blown out in the Final Four. I think it was I think it was a fairly. I think it was a fairly fought game. I can't remember, so please don't quote me on it.
I'll see if
But
I can figure it out.
yeah,
No, they got blown out by Arizona. Okay.
oh, that is right. That's who they play. You're right. Yeah, yeah.
That's the game out of Arizona. I think they were clicking on all cylinders.
Oh yeah, yeah. They was.
A
Yeah,
Cuff was fun to watch.
that dude. He can ball, man. You know, I'm not an Arkansas fan,
Me neither.
but I'm a fan of basketball, and when someone can play as good as he did, it'd be crazy to say and say, oh, he was garbage, dude. He
I,
wasn't garbage. Are you kidding me? The
I
guy
feel the
was
same thing
good.
about Mikael Brown from Louisville. You know, when he wasn't hurt and he played, they were
Yeah, he
tough.
was.
And then,
Man, he was tough, man.
yeah,
We couldn't. We threw everything we could at him, and it just never was enough. You know. B Lounge, B Lounge in Qatar. I'm gonna look that up, man. I got one more night here. I may have to go and hey, hey, Kill. I may have to go check it out tonight. Okay, I have to go check it out tonight just to make sure that it's safe. You know what I mean? I don't want to take my wife into
don't
an
want to take
unstable
your family to
environment.
something that's not safe. That's right.
I want.
Uh,
Let me
it's
go.
funny.
Make the
Big Mike says tonight,
sacrifice.
and I look down at my clock, and it's like 11:21 p.m. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
uh,
So yeah, that's pretty cool.
that's funny. That's funny. B
B
Lounge, you're about to give it a shot.
I am. I'm actually writing it down. Like seriously, I am.
Yeah,
B Lounge.
you have to put in that GPS out there and see.
Yeah. Yes, I'm actually staying downtown, so I don't know how far it is, but
It's probably, I mean, it's probably right around
yeah,
the corner.
could be. Yeah, 2016. Yeah, it wasn't much of a ball game if they got blown out. That's for
It was
sure.
109 to 88. They said.
Oh yeah, they got killed. Yeah, it wouldn't. They could be about 21 points. But we have to all admit, though, we was pretty happy, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we was pretty happy, though. We was like, please don't go to the Final Four. Please. No, no, no,
Yeah,
no,
I
no.
was. The whole. I mean, the whole time I was like, "Hurry up, clock! Run, clock!
Yeah.
Run! Don't."
Yeah, I was pretty happy about it. I was happy when Tennessee lost. I was happy when they lost. So I was happy when Vandy lost. Vandy almost won. Vandy almost tied it up, though, with that shot. First turn Cal's career, wasn't it? Just a restaurant, big like chill, bro. Not the kind of Hey, who said
Crash.
Chris?
Oh,
Hey, Chris, still gonna go check it out, okay? Gotta make sure that the food is safe.
Kel says it's in Doha.
That's where I'm at.
Okay. Hey, you're good.
Yeah. So I'm just going to be like, yeah, I'm about to go check it out, and I'm about
Oh,
to go, and I'm about to go, I'm about to go see it. Absolutely.
how do you unban a user?
Unban a loser?
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
somebody from North Carolina came in racial stuff, so I tried to ban him, and somebody else commented, and I
oh,
banned Chris.
all you gotta do is just if you're on YouTube,
Yeah,
all you gotta do is just right click on the on those dots, whatever chat he has, and you could do that. Yeah,
I got to go in through YouTube though.
I think so. Yeah, I think you got to go into YouTube.
So I got to watch the show on YouTube.
Well, actually, if you can ban them from where you at, then you should be able to
I did it through
unban them.
StreamYard, but it's not letting me.
Yeah.
Hold on here. Chris. All right, I see. Go to channel report, remove, put unhide. Hold on. Crap.
No in-game strategy.
No,
JPT. I
it's
think
not
you're
letting
right,
me.
buddy.
It's like It let me click on the dots, but
It won't let you
it
undo it.
doesn't give me the option. Like when I click on his name, it says channel activity. Maybe that's it. No.
Yeah. Right.
Some guy named University of North Carolina came in and started doing racial shit, so I got rid of him.
Well, hey, you got a fast hand.
Well, as I was banning him, somebody else commented and pushed him up.
Oh, okay.
Go to channel. How did I?
Yeah.
Hold on here, Chris.
Yeah. Hopefully you can get it.
Oh, shit. I'm going to have to Google it.
So you might have to. Are you in YouTube itself?
Yeah.
Or are you still in StreamYard? So if you could just open up the live stream in your YouTube.
Yeah.
Then
That's what I'm doing.
Okay. And it should have the white lines where you can
he's
actually.
back. Maybe he's
got
back.
it? Okay.
Maybe he's back. It does not say deleted next to it. It says yes, sir.
Yes.
Let me see what if I go to the 3 dots. Hopefully he tries to come back in.
And I don't.
Holy hell.
You got to crash. I don't even know how to do it.
I don't either.
It really is the blind leading the blind. So my apologies.
It shouldn't be this damn hard.
Yeah, you should be able to click on it the same way that you let them out or that you have to delete them.
Yeah, it should
but
be.
Once again, I've only had to really block or delete one person. So I don't do this.
So it says sign into YouTube Studio. Okay.
Okay.
On here. YouTube Studio.
So you shouldn't have to. Is you on your phone or you?
No, I'm on the computer.
So you shouldn't have to log into YouTube Studio. You should just be able
click
to
settings in the bottom left.
Yeah, you should be able to click settings when it
community.
Falls down. Yeah.
Automated filters or hidden users.
I'm glad A Cup is gone though.
Oh heck yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad he's gone. Yeah, but hey, we beat him, so he ain't all that good. Ate his cookies. Yes.
Yeah, right. We're here, Peanut.
Go to settings, community.
Dave Brown Bourbon Hunter. If you're new here, give me a subscribe. Now let me see.
What if I want a YouTube one bedroom?
I'm gonna have to try to. How do I get a hold of Chris? I don't think you can message him on here.
I'm not sure.
I subscribe to his channel. He don't have any videos.
JPTBB.
Oh hell, I've done screwed everything up.
That's okay. You'll get it back. Yeah. Instead of the YouTube studio.
JP. What if I want a YouTube one bedroom instead of the YouTube studio?
JVT, I'm old, bro. So I just caught what you was doing, and that's funny. Well, I'm not sure if I've ever seen a YouTube one bedroom before, but that kind of threw me off. Like YouTube one bedroom, what is that?
How'd you know, Peanut?
What? Don't tell
Peanut
me.
says Vandy. I think he's trying to troll. He's wanting block too.
No. He's on. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I gotta look at my phone because if something like that happened,
it wouldn't. I wish you could message people on YouTube. All right, I'm at his channel. I'm subscribed. More about this channel. I'm his only subscriber. That ain't good. Oh, Chris, okay, you're back. Listen, what happened? Did you see that guy from North Carolina come in and start spewing that racial stuff? He was right above you. I went to ban him, then you commented, and it pushed him up and it banned you. My apologies, man. Hey, you should go back and listen. Big Mike trying to give me step-by-step YouTube directions on how to unban somebody. We had our own little tech talk in here. I was stressed out. I was worried.
So he said, "Good excuse." He did though. There was a guy who actually made a
No, it was the North
comment.
Carolina guy that
Yeah. So
shut him off. I don't like
he
North
said,
Carolina anyhow. Oh,
"So
okay.
okay."
I didn't know if you could hear me or not. I'm like, hell, I
Yeah.
didn't mean to ban him.
Yeah.
There was something I saw on Twitter a while ago,
I have a.
and hey, this is my man Quincy. I don't believe a lot of stuff Quincy says, but he's doubling down. So let's see here. Let me share my screen. He says, I'll leave y'all with this. This is what I got. Just see what happens. There's literally nothing to convince me he isn't coming. I understand the frustration, but it's coming. He just called me. He has accepted the offer, and they are waiting for him to announce it. I asked him if it was a 2-year or 1 year, and he couldn't answer me on that, but I'm guessing based on the way he answered, it's a 2-year deal. So multiple people are still saying that. They're waiting on him. So I would say take that for what it's worth.
With a grain of salt, huh?
Yeah. I don't have any reason now. No, we're not talking about Vandy Chris. No, I accidentally banned other Chris, and I was pissed. Yeah, Jay, if you're new here, he signed about 6 p.m. tonight. They're just waiting on him to announce it. So if you're one of the seeing is believing stuff, then you'll have to tune in tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. Peanut, I've seen Peanut on your show before. I think he even calls into your show.
No, he hasn't called in yet. We're trying to get him to call in.
Hey, I think he's undercover. He don't want nobody to know his voice or whatever. He's trying to be at.
Because he was supposed to have a standoff with him and Nobody. Those both was supposed to come on the show and battle it out. So I'm still waiting on that.
What they battling? UK Knowledge, UK Wits. What they battling?
Pretty much something like that. Yeah, just
you were just gonna give them the platform to do it.
Hey, yes, absolutely.
Hey, Josh wants to know if we want to win number 9 next year.
I want to win it bad, man. Josh, I want to win it bad. Believe me.
Can you imagine a party on this app when we win 9?
It's gonna be crazy, man.
Big Mike's probably got the most subscribers. We'll log on to his and we'll go worldwide times 2.
No, man, we all need to go live, bro. This is everybody. Everybody's gonna party.
Well, we can get. Hey, I pay for StreamYard. Do you use StreamYard?
No, I use Riverside.
Okay, I use StreamYard, and I pay a pretty hefty fee a month.
Yeah,
so I can get 10 people on the screen.
There you go. That's a party for you.
How many can you get?
I think I can get 10 too as well.
Yeah, I think I looked up Riverside too. There's a lot of similarities, and I don't even know why I chose StreamYard because I don't think. And somebody else, a lot of people are using OBS.
Yeah, OBS. Well, yeah, and I don't know how to. OBS is such a big beast that I don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah, I mean,
but honestly, I think yours is because I used StreamYard for a long time, and I went over to Riverside, and I'm like, I think I should have stayed with Stream because you guys can actually do more. You guys can do more easier in show than I can do with mine, which is kind of frustrating as well too. So you definitely with good streams. Yeah.
But I've been trying to learn Canva on like at school, I'm like the principal of an alternative school. So a lot of my guys are doing a lot of work on the computer. They're in the court systems. They have some problems. So, I absolutely love my job. And they, so while they're doing other things, I'm actually on the computer. I'm trying to learn Canva to do graphics and video editing and things like that. Cause I hate relying on, Chat GPT is so easy. I mean, that's all Chat GPT. That's just how easy that is. And I hate relying on it because I feel like it's cheating. I feel like it's cheating. I want to. Angel's back. I think Angel's a Hog fan from his.
Yeah, Angel's on the show a lot too. Really, really, really good. Yeah, really, really appreciate that.
Yeah, Angel's. He's been respectful in here, but I don't remember us ever saying he was Wemby. But he might be our best player next year. Definitely probably our leading scorer.
Yeah.
So what do you use for call in? Is it like a WhatsApp or?
No. I use it through through Riverside.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I use it through Riverside.
I don't see. If StreamYard has that option, I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, I use it. I use it through that. Actually, really, all you got to really do is just. It's just like I only let one person. I try to let one person in at a time.
So they
Um,
basically come up on the screen like we are.
yes.
Okay. So okay.
Yeah. So you can do it. All you got to do is just post your link
Yeah.
in your chat, and then you let a person come on and they talk, and then when somebody and then like you'll see when somebody else is in, and then you can let them finish talking or whatever. If they've been
Right.
talking for a while, then
I
you can
guess
just
I
tell them
had
that
the
they got
option
another
of like
caller.
they
Yeah.
like
So
call a phone or something. Like you had a different app
yeah.
where they didn't have
No,
your real number.
I wish I had I have a little box called like it's actually in Saudi. It's a Zoom P4, and that's supposed to allow me to do it, but I really haven't really had really good luck with it. So that's why I kind of went this route, and it's working so far. Some people can get in, some people can't, but um, when people do get through, it's actually pretty good. Yeah. Hey
What
Tim
I've
Cornett, what's going on, brother?
what I've come to find out about StreamYard is like the app on your phone. Like I think you can watch or join from it, but you can't
Yeah,
really do much else on it. So I've not really played around with that, but
I like using the computer better too,
yeah,
as
me
well.
too. It just
Yeah.
Neil says found Mike's channel from a group I was in with Angel where we watched UK and Arkansas games. I wish there wasn't so much copyright. I could,
Yeah.
if YouTube's showing games now like they have been, you can put that up on the stream and share those.
Yeah. I tried it. It was like, yeah, that's a violation, big guy. We're not
Is
gonna
it
get you this time. It's all about like the
like the
sound and like
sound? Yeah,
yeah, like that kind of stuff. So
that
I really wish I would, man. It's too hard to build this YouTube thing, and you can get it taken down within
in a second.
So it's kind of like I would love to do it because I mean when you do that, it's so much fun. It really, really is. But the risk of doing it just for like that one video is just like, and believe me, it don't take long for them to tell you that, hey, this is hey, you
No,
got some issues. Yep.
I was really good because I watched before I ever did this. I watched a lot of different shows on there, so I'd always hear the content creators talking about, you know, I'm going to share this, but I got to turn down the volume or whatever. So I kind of
Yeah.
picked up on that. Well, one day we was on here excited, and I played Milan highlights from YouTube, and I didn't mute the sound. And hell, I woke up the next morning and RA had a message, and
Yeah. Yeah. They get that
and they
music,
they
man.
basically fixed it. They said it wasn't a strike against my channel. They
Yeah.
fixed all I had to do was like fix it, and I guess they just edited out the music of it.
Yeah. I did the same thing too from one of mine.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. And they ain't messing around. So it's look at that.
I'm telling you, Carl, Big Mike's the GOAT.
Yeah.
He's humble, but he's the GOAT.
No, dude, I ain't to go, bro. Believe me. Not at all, bro. You guys are good with this. I'm still learning. Look
Hey,
at this.
come on, Peanut. You mentioned Vandy Chris and he shows up. I thought we was gonna get a week without him. I'm
That's
just
my
messing with
dude.
you, Chris. Good to have you, brother.
Hey, that's my dude right there, man. He gets on my nerves, man. Chris, don't talk to me right now.
Yeah, I do remember that crash.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I tell you what, Big Mike, we were on have you ever heard of that chat roulette?
I haven't.
Okay, well, I was watching a show one day on YouTube, and this lady was doing this show, and she was bored, so she pulled up this chat roulette. And basically, what it is, you have your picture, and they shows up these different pictures on the screen, and you click a check mark or an X. So basically, you don't know who you're getting. If you hit the check mark, you'll talk to them. If you hit the X, you skip them.
Yeah.
Well, some porn ad popped up on the screen. I got so nervous. I was fumbling the mouse. I couldn't get it closed off the screen. I'm sitting there worried about getting canceled off the. Oh, I was nervous wreck. I was throwing the. Oh.
It happens to the best of us.
I kept thinking I'm gonna have a message tomorrow. But I didn't. So
yeah.
there's your listen, Chris. I'd much rather ban Vandy Chris than you. No, I can't. Vandy Chris did my background. Vandy Chris hooked me up with the background. I gotta give it to him. I watch his show too.
Yeah, he's a good guy, man.
He really is.
He's a good guy.
I don't know how I've been blessed to look into this community, but we've really not had any issues whatsoever, other than a few people trolling it coming in and
yeah,
Louisville fans or whatever. But no, we've really Used to watch games there until things got too spicy. Well, I'm sure they did get a little spicy once Cal went there, and they probably didn't have a problem with Cal beating us in Rupp that first year.
We didn't.
We returned
Not
the
at
favor
all.
down there in Fayetteville.
Yeah.
They didn't like it.
Yep. Not at
I
all.
agree. I agree, Carl. I agree.
So, well, hey guys, I'm gonna go eat, man.
All right,
I'm
Big Mike.
hungry.
Hey, thank you, brother,
Yeah.
for coming on, man. I
Absolutely,
appreciate you.
man. Thank you guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just woke up and and Jimmy John was like, "Hey man, go get on it or what." I was like, "Hey, cool, I'll go."
Yeah, I
But
appreciate you, my man.
I think the last thing I want to say is especially for those. First of all, thank you for having me on your platform.
Oh, anytime. You're
really,
welcome. Anytime.
I really appreciate it. But to those out there who really, watch my show and everything, man, my show is only as good as what the people make it. I could just, for me, and you could probably say the same thing. I just turn on my camera and I start talking. It's nothing until people start coming to it, and that's what makes my show. Or I don't want to say my show. I want to say our show because I like to call it a family show.
It is.
So that's what makes our show successful. It really does. So, hey man, I appreciate you having me on. I'm going to go down here.
Thanks for dedicating a couple hours with us this Good Friday morning.
I'm going to go down here and eat all their food. I already paid for it, so I'm not going to go eat it.
Don't leave none for nobody else.
Nobody. So,
appreciate
okay, guys.
Big Mike.
Hey,
yes, sir.
You guys have a good one, man.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Hey, thanks, guys. All right, later. I'm going to eat it all.
Eat it, Big Mike. That dude's the real deal, man. I love Big Mike. Love Big Mike. Anthony Eason's got some latest intel on Milanovic or Milanovic. Is that right? Milanovic? He did scoop us. Momchilovich, I should say. Chris, I had your YouTube channel pulled up on my YouTube and everything, man. I was trying, I subscribed to you and everything, trying to get your attention, but I couldn't find a way to message you. I was freaking out over here. What's up, Dave Brown, Bourbon Hunter 77? Sometimes we let Anthony hang out with us. He's starving for friends over there. Not everybody likes a Louisville fan, but we're nice people tonight, so we're gonna let him hang out with us, and he can even celebrate with us when it becomes official. Yeah, I watched the one on the Kentucky State, I believe. Hayden Collins, a pitcher from EKU. Oh, okay, that'd be interesting. Yeah, I knew you didn't, but I wasn't gonna say that. I wasn't gonna tell him that though. Yeah, I knew what it was. I got tongue tied. We call him Mom Chill in here a lot. Mom Chill, or sometimes we even call him Mommy. Mommy. But a lot of grown men feel it's really weird to call him Mommy. So you can call him whatever you want. Hofstra's got bank. And I hear Mom Chill's really, 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 I mean, he's into his education. An Ivy League school like Hofstra may appeal to him. I hate when people try to just, I don't know. One, I don't like trolls. Two, I didn't appreciate that. Did you all see that dude from North Carolina's comments? Oh, I could have choked him out. $5 million getting like his left arm or something. Very much so. I was trying to delete it real quick before Mike had a chance to see it. I apologize, Chris. I really do. I was trying to do something. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just trying to get it off the chat. Chris took one for the team, though, but he's back. Faithful. I appreciate him being back. I was going to try to track him down somehow. Did you see the rocket blow up? No, I haven't seen it yet. I haven't really, once Big Mike got on, I didn't get on social media much. I think Big Mike's interesting. I love talking to him. Just a humble dude, good dude. A dude came in, his name was like University of North Carolina, came in posting racial slurs. And I clicked on the three dots. And as I clicked on the three dots to hit ban, somebody else commented and it moved his comment up and Chris was underneath of him. So when I clicked it, Chris was the one that I was on and it automatically banned him. He's messing with you, Christopher. I didn't know you could still. I mean, I guess you could still. I didn't know you could still hear me. I didn't know. I mean, Chris got punished for someone else's wrongdoings or wrong deeds or. You're saying that the rocket that blew up was owned by Bezos? Is that what you're saying, Vandy Chris? I've missed out on some comments. They kind of go too fast at times. Hey, I am a fair judge. That's why I Googled and had Big Mike tell me step by step how to unban somebody, and we figured it out. What's up, Roger? How you, buddy? Thanks for coming by. Wow. I thought he was just making it up, Crash. I really did. He may not have, though. I know that. I know you. I've been around for a while. That was a scuttlebutt on House of Blue. Also, I guess ban just means you can't comment, but you can still watch the show. Okay. See, I learned something. 8 million. Hey, it ain't my money. Give him a credit card that's got no limit. Now we're not gonna do. Hey, we're not getting into this KSR stuff tonight, Peanut. We're not getting into that. It's been a good night. No drama. I was even actively monitoring the chat. I'm going to have to get some moderators if I figure out how to do that, so you all can do that because I don't have a clue what I'm doing. Hell, I don't even know what I was doing. Oh, don't tell me, Angel, you know Peanut too. Angel knows everyone. Okay, I got you. The thing we saw was 2 years, 6.8 million. But Crash, you did say that he wasn't asking for as much money as people thought, or that's what you had heard, I should say. I think that's what Crash said he heard, but that would only be 3.4 million a year. That may not even be highest paid on our team. We got to get 300 members, Neil. If we get 300 members, I'm calling out Matt Jones. Who was it? Somebody came on here and said 2 years, 6.8. My bad, Jimmy James. My bad. I'm tired, man. I got to go to work tomorrow. I got ball practice in the morning. No, I don't either. Maybe it was 6.8 a year. I don't know. I know it's 11:51. Whoo. Um, for his numbers or whatever, I agree. I agree. Yeah, you're an hour behind me. Well, I may be a little jealous, Dave. I got to go 27 years to be retirement eligible and teaching, and I've just finished my 24th. So there's light at the end of the tunnel. So y'all don't have to rub it in, Chuck, Dave. But I am getting tired, so I'm probably here in about 8 minutes. I'm gonna shut her down. But I am going live again tomorrow. I probably won't be able to go live as soon as the commitment hits. I'll let all the other guys do that. Then I'll have a show tomorrow night. So you'll have to get back on here tomorrow night so we can talk about. So all these people, Chuck, it'll probably be 9:30. I'll send out a graphic on. I'll put a graphic out on Twitter and Facebook like I always do. We have tryouts, but we usually don't have enough tryout that I have to cut. So I usually don't have to worry about cutting anybody. But yeah, I think once this signing becomes official, his minutes just dropped. Excuse me. His minutes just dropped. I think he'll get some minutes early on, but you'll be on here tomorrow between 9 and 9:30, Chuck. It's Friday night. You ain't got nothing else to do but get on here and celebrate with the party or with the crew, with the fam. Celebrate Momchilovich being a Wildcat. We've talked about it, and when we talked about it, it seemed so far away, but it's finally here. It's kind of like, graduation. Thanks for coming by, Chris. Apologize for earlier, man. Appreciate you. But in all honesty, I mean, Friday night at 9 or 9:30, perfect timing. 9 or 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, Josh. 9 or 9:30. I don't know yet. Let me remove this. Hold on. At the stage, let me go here. Down there in the bottom left-hand corner, is my Twitter handles. Bottom left-hand corner. I'll usually put it on both. At PT Kelch, that's my personal. At Stay Hot Podcast, that's the show. I usually put the graphic on both, but 9 o'clock at the earliest, 9 o'clock at the latest. So it'll be somewhere in that 30-minute time frame. All right. But, guys, thank you for helping me get Big Mike on. I appreciate you guys. I absolutely love Big Mike. Love his show. Enjoy talking to him. Hopefully we can do that again. And for tonight, the party's not over. We're just going to continue it a little bit at a later time, Kel. I've got to get some sleep tonight. So it's going to be a party that to be continued later. So appreciate you guys for a great show. Appreciate you guys for staying with us the whole time. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Peace. Josh, I will be live 9 or 9:30.
Happy